Hello, everybody, and welcome to the EiEi Podcast once again. I am joined with a special guest, Helix.
Hey, that's me. Hi, I speedrun this game. Way too much.
And we are going to rank every single Monkey Ball 1 stage today. Literally every single one. We have the entire thing here. So this is going to be very chaotic, I imagine. I'm sure we have a lot of hot takes that are going to get us canceled, but... At least me. I feel
canceled for not liking simple, you know?
Yeah.
That's not even in this game, Greg.
Okay, you're right. I'm sorry. I forgot for a second.
Well, Greg's removed from the podcast starting today. It was nice.
I'm already canceled. It's already... it's over.
Oh,
it's Jover.
I guess everybody introduce yourselves that hasn't already.
I'm Daro. I'm here sometimes. That's it.
That's true. I'm GregCubed from the channel GregCubed. I have nothing else to add, but...
Hi, I'm Super Monkey Vivi. I yap about Monkey Ball, and that's about it.
Cool. And then you probably know who I am, so I'm not going to introduce myself. It's fine. Alright, so we're going to begin with stage 1. I think it's called... What's it called? Plane. Yeah, in Deluxe. What are we feeling about Plane? I'm feeling...
S.
Feeling C tier on this one.
S.
It's the level ever.
Well, how are we deciding their quality? Like based on like difficulty or like frustration? Like
I'm saying B because it's, you know, it does its job, like Vivian said, but also it's not interesting.
Yeah.
Thought I said that.
I feel like C. I feel like I'd go with C just because it is very middle of the road, just like the definition of a tutorial level, I guess.
Yeah, B or C. I mean, like I said, it does its job. It's not bad. It's just kind of there.
You can't die in it.
You can't die on
exactly.
it.
You can.
It is a pretty
I
good
guess if you
stage for
time
just
over.
like learning how to play the game. So.
Oh, you could hop the wall. That's the most interesting thing about
You
playing
can.
is that you could just hop the wall.
It's hard, but you can, yeah.
So are we agreeing on C? Is anybody going to argue on this one?
Sure.
Okay, cool.
I think we have better levels to argue our problem
Yeah.
True.
stores.
And then next we have, I
We're gonna-
think it's Diamond is the second one.
It's Diamond.
Yes. I like the stage. I like that it adds a risk versus reward thing with the green goal. It teaches you how to turn with the analog stick, which is pretty crazy.
I think this is a fantastic second level, actually, because there's an obstacle that you must avoid, but then if you're actually, like, if you know what you're doing, you can just go take the warp goal if you want.
If you're a gamer, I was just saying, it's very also B material.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know, I like that shape like a diamond. It's a pretty cool
I still
shape.
feel like it's kind of the same level of averageness as the last one, but whatever. We can put it in B.
I think it's slightly better because of that introduces an obstacle and the warp goal and whatnot, but it's like I'm not going to argue that it's the
it is
best
slightly
level
better.
ever.
We can put it higher in C tier.
Yeah.
We can always argue later. We can always be like, no, it deserved B, I swear. Whatever.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm on Team B for this one.
Alright, I'm just gonna say B because
can
more,
do B. I
more
don't-
people
I don't
saying B.
Yeah, I don't think
B
any
for
of us are
diamond.
gonna fight
I
for
like the warp goal.
diamonds.
That's true, the warp goal's pretty epic. Next we got Hairpin, which I think is like D tier. I don't know.
Well, I'm not a hairpin kind of guy, but I do appreciate the very obvious shortcut.
Epic. I kind of like this one. I think I would put this one in B tier.
Sure.
It's like pretty good. I like that you can do the skip in the middle, where you can kind of just like get enough momentum to just cross sides.
I don't know. I always thought the stage was kind of underwhelming, at least in my opinion.
It's
Like,
another one of
I
those
mean-
that's like harmless. I wouldn't put it lower than C, but I'm not gonna super fight for it.
I
It-
think
it-
my
it-
issue is that beginner mode in this game is kind of there. The levels get interesting and advanced onward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I do.
Well, I
agree.
mean, I'm just saying, like, if the last stage was B, I think this one's like a similar quality. But you
fair.
know,
I mean, I understand what's going for. It is trying to teach you slopes in the most basic way possible, which is this side raises up, so it's harder to go over than this side, which raises down. Like I get it. It makes sense.
It's not unfun. I'll give it that.
Yeah,
It's a
I guess
fun
it's
little
not.
stage.
It's not technically wrong.
I skip it like every time I play beginner.
I
But
know.
I will say, when I played it for the first time, I always thought that level was really fun because it was just like, weed tubes.
yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed
Yeah.
it as a kid.
I'm kind of leaning on the C tier. I don't know how everybody else feels though. 'Cause it's just
I'm
this-
indifferent on these beginner levels, to be honest.
yeah.
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 Is anyone
C
gonna
or
argue?
B.
I'll
I
give
feel
it.
like if this is C, the last one's C.
I'll say
still,
higher
but-
than. I'll say higher than plane, but still.
Yeah.
Next we got I forgot what this one's called. It's like something
Wide Bridge.
Wide
Wide
Bridge,
Bridge.
yeah, the famous little Wide Bridge.
Oh, Wide Bridge.
I like the speedrun this level. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, in Monkey Ball 1 you don't have to wait at all, so it's perfectly fine, but in Monkey Ball Deluxe,
Deluxe.
you do have to wait.
I hate the deluxe cycle. It's really bad. I don't know. This level's fine. I don't really have any opinions on this level though.
As a speedrunner, I hate waiting for cycles. That's really all I got.
Yeah.
That means it's F tier
There's not that much to
because
say
I
about it.
speedrun this game.
It gets minus points for existing in Deluxe.
Are we
I just
counting?
think it's kind of
Are
lame.
we counting deluxe against Monkey Ball 1 levels though? It's kind of young.
Well, I'm gonna count Deluxe cycles because I mean if I'm gonna play Monkey Ball 1, half the time I'm gonna be playing the Monkey Ball Deluxe in 2 hack, you know?
That's
And
fair.
the original concept for this was to rank every stage in deluxe, which we decided was going to take way
Yeah.
too long.
Yeah.
I
We
speak
defi-
from experience. I've done that.
We were fully prepared and had no issues preparing for the podcast, and that's totally why we're doing Monkey Ball 1 instead. Yeah, it's fine. I don't know.
This was recorded on time.
I don't
Ignore
know.
any power outage comments I may have made.
I don't know. I'm willing to say B if everybody else wants B, but I'm not really.
I'm feeling
That's fine. I don't care.
I'm not
I'm
like
feeling
strongly
C-ish,
feeling that.
but
one.
whatever.
I feel C for it, but like
Okay.
again,
Okay.
I'll
it's a
do-
beginner level.
Yeah, I'll do below
I feel like all
hairpin
beginner could just go
only
on, like,
because of the
C.
cycle.
Yeah,
difference.
you're probably right.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Oh,
what
okay,
you
wait.
say, but then the next level on the list, Slopes.
Slopes.
I
Pretty
just I saw that
cool.
pop up.
Slopes-
I liked doing the skips on slopes.
Slopes is pretty good.
It's a really fun speedrun stage.
You could
Not
do
that I
it the
speedrun,
normal,
but-
boring way, or you could do it the way everybody found out as a kid by watching like Monkey Ball 1 walkthrough, and it's like
Yeah.
Microsoft Windows Movie Maker. Or you
Yep.
could do it the cooler way, which is bouncing on the slopes themselves to reach the end.
Yeah. This feels like a
Definitely a lot
level
of
that
variety.
I don't know if it was intentional or not. It probably was that you could like it kind of promotes the ability of like, oh, you can just skip the whole level if you want to. You don't have to go down the stupid slopes. You can just literally it's like bye.
I feel like it was definitely intentional.
Yeah.
Like I have no idea how that would not be intentional.
I
I think the
really
fact-
like how this level promotes skips and sort of introduces the concept of you do not have to play these levels the intended way. We encourage you to skip around. I really like it for that, actually.
Yeah, same.
Like one is really
I think
good.
it's like
at
the
that.
first level you can really do that.
Yeah.
The bottom of the slopes are kind of like roundish, which kind of signals that like, hey, this is like a safer thing you can
Yeah,
try.
here's a giant wide open platform. Just don't jump off. Haha, funny.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
That's smart.
I'm feeling B tier, I guess.
I'm
I think it's
feeling
pretty
B
good.
or
Oh
A.
yeah.
I don't know.
You're right.
I could go A, but B is also cool.
Yeah, I don't know. What's everybody's opinion? I'm gonna round out the opinions, I guess.
My
I'm fine with
opinions
B
are
or A
that
as
it's
well.
fun.
I meant the ranking. Like what letter you want it to be.
Oh. Well, I don't know. I said
Fair.
B or A, and I'm
I'm
indifferent.
It's I think it's the highest one so far.
I'll just do
so I
B.
think-
Just so I can move on, I guess.
Steps.
Steps is kind of mediocre. I'll be
This is
honest.
I'm gonna say D tier because it's kind of boring.
That's
It is
fair.
kinda
This
boring.
one's like the opposite of slopes, where it's just like,
Yeah.
well, you play it.
Yeah. It's you can go up slopes in this video game level. It's like it's fine. Just whatever.
I don't know. I kind of have fun, like trying to take the slopes like as fast and turns as fast as possible. You know, I mean, I get some enjoyment out of it. I want to put it in D tier.
I don't know. If we're going purely off of enjoyment factor, I give it like a D tier. I don't think it's that good.
Yeah.
Give it like C.
There is whatever ridiculous pause buffer strat where you bounce up a level or whatever that I once saw.
Yeah, that does exist.
That's
But pause buffering is illegal in ILs, so
That's
it's
true.
not real.
I don't know. Anyone gonna argue with D tier? Or we just kind of just put it there? Doesn't look
I
like
mean,
Nah.
that's fine. I don't care.
D tier is
Alright, D
pretty
tier it
fair.
is! Yay! Now we got the one that advertises Dole Bananas to the young
Blocks.
children of the
Oh,
world.
S tier, definitely.
rank.
S rank just because of the size of the logo.
It's iconic, except in Deluxe where they killed Dole.
Oh yeah, big L.
I will say that in Deluxe as well, you don't have to wait for any cycle because you could immediately get on that block. So suddenly,
That's true.
it's not as bad.
I think this one's alright.
But I do think that outside of the funny Dole, it's like, unless you're going for every banana, this level is very much a hold forward, stop. Hold forward, stop.
Yeah.
Hold forward, win.
I don't think
kind
this
of
one.
appreciate the concept that's like, okay, now balance on moving platforms, which isn't something that they've asked the player to do up till this point.
Yeah.
Outside of, I guess, Wide Bridge, but
It's really easy on Wide Bridge. So. I don't know.
I'd put it in like low C, like the lowest
Yeah.
C so far.
That's fair. It's not that
I don't think
interesting.
it's
Or
a
high D, I
but
don't care.
it's
Yeah.
Put it
certainly
in
not
high
B,
D, it's
so-
fine too.
Bye.
Yeah. Jump single.
I like jump single because everybody plays it the first time they ever play it, they just immediately die. It teaches you that it's like the first inertia control stage. I guess is what
Yeah,
I'll
it's
call
gonna
it.
be like one of those where if you still like hold down forward the entire time, you will die. But like, I don't think you really should be holding down forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do think it's probably maybe close to B tier for me because you can do a thing where if you angle your bounce, you can just have like a rebound into the goal, and that's.
I was about to
that's
say
satisfying.
I try to do that every single
Yeah.
time, and I get mad if I don't.
I think it's a fun stage.
It's fun. It's very simple but fun.
Yeah. I would
I'd say like
say
B tier.
I'll say
yeah.
like higher than diamond below it in the other one.
Yeah.
Once it lets
Yeah,
me. There we go.
definitely.
Dude, we're doing intra-tier rankings. I'm not
Yeah.
involved in that.
And then we got exam A, which I like exam A.
Speaking of A, I'm gonna give this one an A in my
a fun
head.
stage.
Exam A has a lot of good skips on it.
I like exam A
It
just because
does.
it's like it's the player. It's basically like a reality check almost for the player. Just like yeah,
Yeah.
you thought you were good.
It's like you're-
Haha, funny.
It's the first real point where all your skills are like put to the test.
Yeah,
You know?
it's basically
And
everything.
I do appreciate, like Greg mentioned, the funny skips where you could skip the entire thing except for the like
Yeah.
twisty wire at the end.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
skip is like not hard either.
Yeah,
Yeah, literally not at all. Like beginner could do that skip.
Yeah.
that is one of the joys of Monkey Ball 1. That if you're good enough, you can just bypass like everything in some of these levels.
I would say this one's like A tier
I
personally.
think it's pretty good. I don't really have any issues with this
That's why it's
stage.
called Exam A, obviously.
Yeah, obviously
Ooh,
going
yeah,
in
that
A tier.
Further my point.
I'm
I'm down.
further now.
Alright.
All right, instead of going to the extras, we're going to advanced. Bump.
okay.
D tier. Let's go.
Yeah.
Bump.
I did
Okay, I
start
gotta look
sharing
up
my
this
screen,
one.
by the way, so
Yeah.
I'm just on these levels if you want to see
Yeah.
them.
The problem with Bump
Oh,
for
okay,
me
that
is
actually
that
would
like
work.
I don't
I'm
really
also
feel like it
playing them, too.
introduces any real extra challenge like it's supposed to be doing, kind of like how the one later in Expert does. I guess it's kind of a
You-
spoiler, but
You have to. You can't even not try to not get over that bump. You have to be at like 2 miles an hour to not make it over it.
yeah.
This is not an
Yeah.
obstacle. This is.
I guess it's
nothing.
like. Does this teach you bumps for the first time, or is that in beginner mode already?
I guess so. But
I mean, Exam A kind of does.
yeah, bumps are even that much for like a prevalent thing though.
Yeah,
like,
no, I got you.
Not really.
It does take away the guardrails from like the
Yes, it does.
beginner one. I don't know. It's like C tier.
There's
I
no
guess.
guardrail,
I mean,
guys.
like-
They're going crazy.
It's like fine.
If you
It's
beat
there.
beginner though, like you're already way better than this level because you had to beat Exam A. Although you don't necessarily have to be beginner to play advanced, so
I kind of give it D tier just because it doesn't really like do much.
It's one of those
Sure.
where if it was egregious, I'd give it an F, but because it's just dull, it's a D. Only the bad egregious ones get Fs, and you'll find out what those are.
oh boy, yeah, you will. This one's harmless. It's fine.
I don't know. I'm feeling D tier. I don't know.
It's a speed bump.
Yeah.
Just purely from
I
like
don't know.
game.
I've either highest D or lowest C.
I mean, it's just from a
whatever,
game
either
design
one.
perspective. It's like doesn't really teach you anything. Which is kind of like the main purpose of these kind of stages.
I don't feel like it accomplishes much.
Yeah.
Walking.
I like walking. Walking's a fun stage.
Walking's
This
cool.
stage is fun. Even when I was like bad at this game as a kid, I enjoyed this stage.
I really like that little extendo arm that has the banana bunch.
Yeah,
specifically
extendo
because specifically because if you're going fast, that is the fastest way to take it, where you
Yeah.
bounce off the humps and then use the bump at the end of the extendo arm to launch into the goal, which
Yeah.
owns.
That's probably intentional, to be honest, knowing this game.
Oh, definitely, but it's hard to pull off. I've never been able to do it. Oh, yeah, there we go. You just did it on your first try.
When
Yeah,
I was a
well.
kid, I liked the scale of the stage. You enter and you're like, this is such a big level. Whoa, you know, it's like it's not really a huge.
Yeah, it's like
Like
it's one of the like Monkey Ball 2 doesn't really have levels like this, but they're all over Monkey Ball 1, like these big like obstacle course levels, you know,
yeah.
where it's just like a bunch of different stuff being thrown at you in succession.
I don't know.
Feeling B or A.
I'm kind of feeling high. I'm feeling high B just because there is later
High
stages.
B's good. High B's good.
I'm always saying that because the stages later, I'd probably put an A that like are better than this, but I think it's really good for what it is in the difficulty. If anyone,
I'd go A. Not gonna complain about B.
yeah, I don't know. Vivian, how are you feeling? You're gonna be a deciding factor in this one.
Ah, shit.
On the spot.
I'm leaning on B.
That's how I'm
I
feeling.
guess it's going in.
I think I'm B. I might be
tier.
B.
Fair enough.
Highest B.
Next up, Repulse.
I don't like this one just because it's, I don't know, it's just, one, it's boring, and two, I feel like they already taught you moving platforms anyway. So
You
it's
can
just
kind of do some interesting things with the bumps, like,
eh.
but there's still like cycles to deal with, and it's, I don't know. I'm ick.
I
I'm
don't-
ick on this
It's fun.
one. It's
It's
kind of
fun to try and you can get it like on the first try, just kind of bump over onto the other platform as it's moving.
Yeah, but I mean,
Although
like, even the speedruns right here is kind of boring, I'm gonna be completely honest, because you have to swing out
Yeah.
really wide to the right in order to get enough speed to even go for that jump, and it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know, I just... It's more fun in Banana Mania. There's a way cooler strat you can do in Banana Mania. That obviously I can't demo here, but...
I don't remember what the deluxe cycle is on this one, but it probably doesn't matter.
It's
So,
also
like,
kind of unremarkable.
Yeah.
this
I
is
don't know.
It doesn't
So
make
it's
it more
C
fun.
tier,
so
very
that.
very unremarkable level.
I kind of want to
Yeah.
give it D tier just because it's so, like, so
it's
boring.
not dull enough
It's
for
not-
D tier.
I guess.
It's not doing
I would
anything
give it
like
D.
wrong. It just
It's
kind of
like
exists.
Fine. I'll give it lowest
Yeah.
C tier then. I think it's very boring.
Yeah,
It's
bottom
kind of
C.
there.
Narrow Bridge.
I like Narrow Bridge. It's
I like it more than Wide Bridge because it's more of a challenge, but on Deluxe it's even worse because you have to wait a little bit more. But
Yeah.
on Monkey Ball 1 you don't have to wait at all and you could just full send it, and that owns.
Narrow Bridge is just a fun stage. I don't really have any.
Yeah, I love full sending it. I do that like every single time.
My favorite
I'd say-
trope in Monkey Ball 1 is like we have this stage and then next difficulty, here's hard version of this stage. I'm like, whoa. It's gonna
If
make
we're
it-
doing intra-tier rankings, then it should at least be above Wide Bridge.
That's fair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
oh definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Does anyone want to argue for B or above? We're just saying that, I guess.
Nah.
Nah.
Just
Not
above
interested.
Wide Bridge. Tragic. What is this one called?
Similarly, when it comes to harder version, this Break is just Diamond, but it cooler.
I kind of like this one.
Cooler diamond.
This,
Yeah.
Actually, yeah, I kind of like what they did here, I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fun little stage.
I do.
Although the warp goal is still the same.
Yeah.
Well, the
it's
warp
kinda
goal's
true.
actually...
Yeah.
The warp goal is placed a little differently, so it is slightly harder.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, I guess it's
very
further
I actually didn't
down.
even know
It's-
that.
Yeah, it's further... It's very subtle, it is further down, I believe.
Yeah.
I put it just like right above like the first one.
Plus, isn't there like less space to get on it? Is it the same platform?
It's
or
the same
is there less
platform, but it's
space?
lower down. I just went and fell.
Okay. Okay.
When it comes to deluxe cycles, it's still okay because it's on the way up, which makes it a different level experience as opposed to Monkey Ball 2, where it's at the bottom.
True. I don't know. I like this
So I'm
one.
a big fan. I'd say it's a B tier, but better than Diamond because it's
Yeah.
more engaging.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I just put it right above Diamond personally.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
All right. Next is
Curves.
This one kind of sucks.
I'm not a curves
This one
guy.
sucks until you speed... Well,
Yeah.
you have to be
I
really good
can't
at
even
speedrunning
get
it.
that speedrun strat
It's
consistently.
really hard. I don't think we should really even consider it. I'm just advocating for it because it's really cool.
I think I'll advocate towards the speedrun strat if it's not ridiculous.
Yeah, like
Oh
if it's
my
like
God.
semi-intentional, which I feel like some of it is on the stage, like they obviously designed it on
Yeah.
purpose. With like, look at all these weaving.
No, like a
lines.
beginner could not do this. I guarantee you that.
Oh yeah, no.
Took me a
not
while
at
to learn
all.
that
I can't
one.
even do that.
There are some places that you can cross over and fall pretty slowly instead of
Yeah.
doing like ridiculous skips across, but it's still
Yeah.
just like you still have to take the big hoop, and I don't want to take the big hoop. That's
Yeah,
boring.
Exactly.
This
I'm
one-
feeling C for curves.
Yeah, I can see what they were trying to go for. I feel like it's one of the stages where they kind of encourage you to skip it, just because it's so like long and tedious. You're like, it's like, hey, you want to jump over that gap, don't you? You know, kind of levels, but
I also feel like it doesn't... The vibe of the stage is different from the rest of the game. And I
that is
can't
true.
I've always thought that too.
super explain that, but this feels more like a deluxe level than a Monkey Ball 1 level, you know?
Kind of true.
It's long.
That's probably why.
Relatively.
It's probably why, yeah. This is the
Yeah.
length, probably.
It's just like a long winding path with like not much else going on.
It is kind
Yeah.
of maze stage
So
adjacent.
Banana Blitz.
Oh, God.
Yeah. Banana Blitz if it was good.
I do find it interesting that they specifically use like arrows to point what direction it's going. I almost wonder that's because of the fact that they want you to skip it. So they're like they want you to know
Oh,
which
maybe.
direction it's facing if you try to skip it. My only guess. I don't know. Either way, it's like a C tier stage. I hate the stage. It's going at the bottom of C tier. I don't know.
I won't argue that.
Yeah.
Downhill.
This is like the Wii stage. Like it's fun when you're like a kid, you know.
Yeah, it's fun when you're a kid, but then you get smacked by the blocks as a kid because you kept going too close to them because you sucked.
I don't know. This stage is fun. It's kind of harmless fun. Like I don't
Yeah,
really want to like.
I would agree.
I don't really want to like overanalyze it. You know, it's just like
It's
yeah.
It's like
Fine.
low B tier, low B.
It's another one that's just kind of there for me, so I'd give it a
Yeah.
C.
I'm feeling kind of
C,
mid
that's
C,
fine.
kind of like right around plane. Like
I mean, I don't know. I always get a
Yeah.
little bit of dopamine from this level if I don't skip it. But
I guess I'll put it
that's just
above
me.
wide bridge.
There's something to be said for like it is fun for casual.
Yeah. I always think about the Monkey Ball Junior version, where it, like isn't even visible on like the preview for the stage.
Oh
it's
my
so
god,
long.
yeah.
Alright, Block Slim.
Block Slim, I feel like it's kind of. I want to like the stage, but I feel like it's actually even more basic than the original one is because
I don't like this stage because the deluxe cycle is like the most
Abysmal?
ridiculous
Yeah.
perfect thing you need
Oh,
to
it's
do to get
dumb.
on the block.
Yeah.
it's
It
really
sucks.
bad. It's very bad in deluxe.
This is just like a more boring rehash of blocks.
Yeah.
And even then, it's not even like
It doesn't
that
have the
bad.
Dole logo on
got-
it. I mean,
That's true.
They got rid of the dual logo. What the
It's just
D tier.
it's just the problem is it's just the original blocks, except now there's like a set designated path to go down, which makes
And
it.
you don't even have to go
Yeah.
that fast to reach it on the first cycle
No,
anyway.
it doesn't really hinder you. Like if you're at this point in the game, you're probably good enough to where it's not really that much of an issue.
I guess it's only challenging if you're going for like old bananas, but like
Yeah.
Again, it's like interesting if you do that, but where's the speedrun
otherwise,
categories for that?
like, yeah, it's like otherwise.
It does exist. It is a category extension. Nobody has
Oh.
run it because it's like not really possible.
Well, one day.
I don't know. Are we feeling D? Is it bad enough to be D tier? Are we-
D? I
I'm
don't
feeling
know.
C
I
because
don't
it's just
know.
blocks, but maybe a little bit more mentally engaging.
Yeah, I'll just put it below the original.
I'll put it
blocks
one
level.
step below blocks and just put
Sure.
it there.
It's fine.
That is the first stage, but a variant is actually worse than the original. Kind of impressive.
Choice.
Choice, I like Choice. Choice is a good
This
one.
one's at
interesting
least
level.
This
an
one
A.
has an impossible skip goal though, which
The fact that it looks like a
fan of.
guitar should be an instant A tier, no matter what.
There's a lot of fun things to do in this stage.
I really do like the theming here.
Or Deluxe didn't kill it, but made the guitar theme really weird.
Yeah.
Monkey Ball Arcade it never had the guitar theme, but it's iconic because it's the guitar. That warp goal is very interesting. It is it's
It's
certainly
probably the
something.
most bullshit warp goal in the entire game, in
It's
my opinion.
almost certainly easier to
Yeah.
do it the backwards way, where you clip off the side of one of the wires into the
Yes.
back of the goal.
Yeah. I
There's
think
also,
I've done every other warp goal in the game, like in a run, except this one. Like I've only ever got this on practice, and it's been like twice.
There's also
It
an
should
interesting
be.
thing where you can clip into the blue goal by going through the middle wire and launching yourself up onto there, which is
That's
cool.
fun.
That's
I love doing
interesting.
that strat. Also, points off because this isn't a red goal. This should be a red goal. What is going on?
It
I don't-
absolutely should be
yeah,
a
This
yeah,
should
yeah.
skip you like directly
Yeah.
to chaser. Like what? Why doesn't it do that?
Yeah,
You
in
skip
Monkey Ball
bowl
one,
and
it's-
jumpies.
Yeah, it skips bowl
Those are
and
so
jumpies,
inconsequential.
and then in Deluxe it just skips bowl. Actually, no, it doesn't. You know what it skips? It skips a bonus stage.
Oh
It skips
god.
bonus wave.
So
It reminds me of like how Exam C is placed like immediately in expert. It's kind of that same old like troll energy where it's like, hey look, we gotta put a warp goal and it's like basically impossible in this stage. I don't know, I feel like the stage is almost kind of quintessential Monkey Ball 1 design. Which
Yeah,
is like
I'm
one of
saying
the-
at
Yeah.
least A, but I can see an S tier for its iconicness.
I really
A tier is good.
I really like how the guitar fits like the theme of the level.
Yeah.
It gives me very
Yeah.
Hard Rock Cafe kind of vibes.
It's true.
If that
Yeah.
green goal was a red goal, I would give it S, but it's not, so I can't.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's
Actually, you know
how
what
I
else
feel.
I'm good with A.
I like is that if you wait too long, some blockades appear, and it's just like,
Oh, yeah,
nope,
what's up
just
with
kidding.
I
that?
know, I hate that.
Why does it do that?
Yeah.
It's so that you have less time to line yourself up on that skinny ass platform.
Yeah, it's just there to troll you
Yeah, because
basically.
it doesn't even
It's just there to troll
It
you.
doesn't even block the wide no banana way at all.
It's only the skip goal path that
Like, it's
it
so
comes up to
annoying.
block. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it an A
It's just some
tier. I'll give it
bullshit.
above Exam A, but I do think it has too many issues to be S.
Although, as a fan
Yeah.
of wires, I do enjoy taking that green goal wire.
I do like the wire.
Same.
Oh,
I like bowl. It's very basic, but I like bowl. I don't know.
Yeah, I like doing the skip where I don't know if you really even call it a skip, but you go
Yeah.
off the left and just go right into the goal instead of going around the
Yeah,
bowl.
that was definitely on purpose.
This is a really simple concept executed beautifully.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm feeling like a B tier, like a high B
Yeah.
tier.
Beautiful.
Honestly.
Yeah, high B, low A.
I'm feeling B
fun
because
season.
I know it gets expanded upon later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. I'll give it-
It's not anything groundbreaking. It's just a simple concept done well.
yeah, I'll give it like here, like basically jump B tier. I forgot what it's called.
Yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah.
that's fair.
That one's here.
Speaking of jumping, it's Jumpies, the funniest name in SMB1.
This one's a fun stage, but it's just kind of like it's just there.
Genuinely, I'd say, in my opinion, it's a D tier because I don't want to be here. It's just like, alright,
think
okay,
it was
get
that
up to the
bad.
wall, wait a minute, alright, get up to the next wall, wait a minute, alright, cool.
Yeah.
And then the
I don't know,
last-
it's like, okay.
The last Jumpy is kind of pointless too. It's like, why is that there?
That's a little true.
This
I'd be okay with D tier.
I think the
or
stage
C
would be
tier.
better. I think it could almost be a higher tier if it was in Monkey Ball 2 instead, where these jump panels were a lot more prevalent.
Actually, I also have a question. What's with the really extended path past the goal
Yeah,
that
good
only
point.
exists for a single banana?
Yeah, I don't get that either. I used to think there was like a skip goal back there, and then I went and looked, and I was like, no.
It almost
Yeah.
feels it almost feels like it's supposed to catch you if you're going too fast, but the goal is in the way, so you're never gonna get over there. Maybe if you like manage. Oh, you know what it might be for? If you take that last jump and manage to go over the goal,
It's
Maybe.
interesting.
which is such a weird specific scenario.
Yeah.
Well, I'm not feeling this level that much.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's just
Eh,
like,
no.
I
okay.
don't know. Is it bad enough to be D tier though?
I mean, if the other D tiers, I'd say are like a similar quality.
I get it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know if there's much to say from
It's
this
like
one.
fine.
I
Like maybe like the highest D tier.
I would have given it C, but you convinced me. Yeah, you're right. It's not
Yeah.
that great.
That'd be highest D tier.
Yeah, like realistically, like there's no Monkey Ball 1 levels that are like bad, you know?
Well-
like D and F
Oh,
are still gonna be
well,
like,
There's-
No, not
there's-
yet. Not yet.
Not
I
yet.
can think of
Okay,
exactly.
well-
yeah.
This I could think of
Okay.
exactly two.
This level
just maybe one or
is
two.
aggressively fine, but
This
not
one's
great.
Stoppers,
It's-
which
it-
I'm really
Yeah,
sad as a
I don't
kid.
like this one.
Where, the last level is Jumpies. This one should be called Stoppies.
You're right.
I
This stage doesn't make it. So okay, for those who don't know how this
I
stage
like the
works,
concept of this level. Like I like that. Like you're
Yeah.
tilting the stage so like it affects like the
yeah, the
stoppies
one of
or
two
whatever.
stages
But-
that uses this gimmick.
Yeah, yeah. For those who
just
don't know
like
how
every-
this works, you know,
it-
when you
yeah.
when you play this game, you affect the tilt of gravity, not the monkey, not the stage. It's the tilt of gravity, and so these bars on stoppers are affected by that, and so you can manipulate them based off of how you're playing the game, essentially. Which is a really cool concept, but it's only used in this stage and one other.
And Labyrinth,
And
that's
in
it.
the other stage, the part where it's used can be skipped. So-
Yeah, very easily.
It feels satisfying to slip through the middle part, but at the same time, it's like, I don't know, man. I don't
So
feel
I mean,
it.
well, the thing about slipping through the middle part too is you have to actually be a really good player in order to actually do that efficiently.
Yeah.
You just kind of have to manipulate the way that they bounce off of their ends. I don't know. I
Yeah.
feel like I also think this one might be pretty D-tiery because it's just like annoying.
Yeah, I mean,
I feel like it's annoying. I feel like it's just very inconsistent for me. Like sometimes I'll get it with like on 5 seconds, and other times it'll take me like half the time, and I'm just like, come the fuck
Or
I
you
would
can
say-
be boring and go around the outside, which isn't very fun.
I will
Yeah,
say
no.
it does feel very rewarding to master, but the fact that it's just not used elsewhere kind of brings
Yeah.
it down.
It's
They
super
Yeah,
introduce
it has,
this
memorable.
like,
concept and
no-
then never expand on
It's
it.
a unique
It
level.
has no functional purpose.
Yeah.
There's no reason to learn
Exactly.
how this works, and like most people I talk to have no idea how this
Yeah.
works.
It's memorable,
Yeah,
but
no.
not necessarily for a good reason. Is the way I
Yeah.
put it. I don't know. It's probably like C
So-
tier. It's like low C tier in my opinion.
Yeah, maybe like the lowest C tier.
I would love to advocate for it more, but the concept is
Yeah.
just not expanded upon.
Bye
so I
bye.
can't.
All right, floor bent. This one's the casual wall.
I like 4-band. I think
Yeah.
I
4-band's
also
a good
really
level.
like this stage.
This
Fine.
is where new players tap out.
Yeah, they don't understand the power of diagonals.
4-band is good because it's like it is the slope stage. Like this is how you learn how to deal with slopes.
Yeah, I think this is actually a relatively unique test of skill
Yeah.
that isn't unfair.
True.
yeah.
You can just easily avoid all the bananas if you do your turn early, and I feel like that's supposed to be like that should be the way you should tell any new player how to do the stages. Try and avoid the bananas by going early, because a lot of the time you'll see new players and they'll be like at the bottom of the final slope, and it's like, oh my god, what are you doing?
I just wanted the banana.
Also, I love the troll goal. The troll goal is great.
The troll goal is great.
Shoves people off when they're not ready for it. I'm saying at least A tier.
I love the stage.
Ooh, A
Yeah, I
tier.
was thinking
Yeah,
A,
sure.
maybe even S.
Yeah.
I'm willing to put an S, and hear me out, Floor Bent. It's a great name. I think it deserves
Floor
S because that name. I
Yeah.
think that name is S tier name.
Really sums it all up, honestly.
Yeah.
I can do S as well. I'm pretty sure there's probably also like a speedrunner skip to like clip off the sides to get to the goal or something. I don't know.
There's a pause strat for that.
I don't know. I'm just thinking about like Monkey Ball 1 design and what they tried to do. Like this feels very much peak Monkey Ball 1, which just it gets progressively harder in a
good
way
point.
that's fair but not, unfair. And it's
I
also
would even be willing to go S tier on this one, but that's
Yeah.
just me.
I'm
You're
saying
convincing me.
I'm saying-
It's simple,
Sure.
but it's very smart.
I think
Sure.
it's the first S tier. And
I don't
stand by that.
know if I would have gone S, but I'm not gonna argue it. I'm cool with that.
Okay.
All right.
Next is conveyors, which
Conveyor.
is
No, conveyor singular.
conveyor is a quintessential C tier.
Quintessential, maybe
Yeah, I was about to
maybe
say.
even possibly D tier, because these conveyors are so ineffective. They do nothing
I don't think
at
it's
all.
E.
They are used more than in Monkey Ball 2. I guess that's all I can say.
It's not to the point where it's annoying. I don't think.
Actually,
it's
you know,
Yeah.
I maybe it wouldn't be D tier
Yeah.
because you can use the little geometry to clip off and do cool skipping across it.
When it feels
Uh,
like working.
Yeah.
Yeah, when it feels like working, but we'll get to that later.
No, I kind of like this level just because like I play expert so much that like I get to this one and it's kind of fun to just be like, oh, this is conveyors but easy, and just kind of
Yeah.
zigzag my way through in 3 seconds. And,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a little. It gives me a power trip, I guess.
I like playing this stage. Like, I'm not gonna seek it out, but when it shows up in my run, I'm like, yeah, all right, cool. You know,
Yeah, I'm
it
like,
doesn't
alright, this is
actively
a-
annoy me.
It's true.
It's like this is a given level. Like, oh yeah, you're just gonna automatically beat it. You're not gonna die.
Yeah.
A breather level,
But
I guess
yeah.
you could call it.
I think C tier is fine.
I think
for it.
C. I think it's like wide bridge tier. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's decently
Yeah.
fun, but you're not really
Yeah.
gonna remember it unless you reach in and you're like, oh, that stage. That's fun.
Exam B.
So we were talking about peak Monkey Ball 1 level design. This is it right here.
Oh, I'm not sure quite yet, but
I've never had strong opinions on Exam B.
I think it's my least favorite of the exams, mainly just because I don't know, it's just too big. I never really liked the skip to the goal at the end as a kid because I sucked, but I mean, now I could do it without failing every time. Who cares? Childhood trauma reigns supreme.
Yeah, there's a skip at the beginning and a skip at the end, which is nice.
I can't tell if I like or dislike
Yeah.
the fact that you can skip the bend at the end. I don't really know.
I
I like it.
Because on
I
one
think I like
hand,
it.
it's a Monkey Ball 1, if you know what you're doing, good job, you did it. But on the other hand, it's like it kind of minimizes the curve.
I kind of like the fact that you can just skip it because the wire at the end is way too thick for how long it is.
That's probably true. Also.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, you're also not gonna skip it before you've like played it at least once. Like no new player is gonna be like, oh, time to skip the bend at the end. You know?
That is true. Actually,
I
that's a good point.
I think some people would, but I think it rewards
Maybe I don't know.
players who are able to do that.
Yeah, because it's definitely not easy to
Yeah.
skip the goal.
And I don't think any part of this is actively annoying.
Yeah.
Also, it can be beaten backwards. Like, I don't know if y'all knew that. You can play this entire level
I
backwards.
didn't know
Man,
that.
if only reverse mode
Yeah.
used the stage, that would have been really cool.
I know, right?
It's a whole
When we
separate
do
game.
Monkey Ball Bingo, which is like speedrun bingo, there's a list
Yeah.
of objectives you have to complete, basically.
I didn't know there was one for
That's
this.
cool.
Yeah,
didn't either.
exam B backwards is actually on the bingo board.
That's cool. Do you do to skip it and go backwards to the level or something?
Yeah, it's like do this. It's like touch the goal, return to start, and beat the level again.
Sounds like I gotta convince some friends to do this bingo
That sounds
thing.
fun. That does sound very fun.
But I actually think this level is lots of fun to just mess around with. I find the movement on it to be extremely satisfying.
Yeah.
I like it a lot.
It's probably at least.
I'd put it in like A
It's
tier,
definitely at least
honestly.
an A.
Or S. I'm fine with either. But
I'd give it S, but I'm a little biased here, I think.
Yeah.
I really like how easy not easy, but the skips are really approachable if you're new to the game.
Yeah.
I really like that
yeah.
a lot.
Yeah.
I think I figured him out really quickly, but also I grew up with Monkey Ball too, so I wasn't exactly a newcomer.
Yeah.
It's one of those that when you do these skips as a casual, you feel very, very satisfied.
Yeah, it kind of gateway drugs you to doing more speedrunning stuff.
It's basically the whole
Just like
Monkey Ball
slopes.
1 in general.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. It's at least an A.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
high
A
enough.
or
I don't know if I
S.
feel S, but it's
I'll
definitely-
save
it's definitely
I'll
at
save
least
my
an A.
S for a certain other final exam.
True,
perhaps.
I agree. Yeah, I think at least we can always change our minds later anyway.
Yes.
Right,
Yeah, yeah, for
Chaser.
Chaser, I want to like Chaser. The problem is that Red Goal is too easy, in my opinion. It's way too easy.
I think it's iconic.
It is, but I like it.
I think this level
Yeah.
is like it's like choice level iconic of this is the level where the goals run away from you. That's hilarious.
That is a good gimmick. I like
There's
that.
also
yeah,
that
like I feel like as a casual player, like your first thought isn't, oh, let me jump off the side and then go like opposite way towards the goals. Like you try to chase it when you first play the level, which is
Yeah,
kind of
I don't
hard.
know, I always
but-
did that as a kid. So I don't know.
this level is home
Yeah.
to that one iconic video called EiEi Gets High.
I remember that video.
Where they where they
Okay, so immediate S tier. Yeah.
where they stay on the red goal ski. It's pretty good.
It's a good video.
Minus points in deluxe because they didn't model the skis, even though the physical geometry is there.
That's
Oh,
gross.
good point.
I didn't know that.
Also, this
awkward.
is one of 3 levels in this game with the red goal because they just forgot to put red goals in this game or something.
Also, this red goal is like on so many things. It takes you from 18 to 25.
Which
Yeah,
is
it's-
wild.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with
Ridiculous.
that. I think advanced mode's the only mode in Monkey Ball 1 or 2 that where the red goal like skips more than 2 stages. I'm pretty sure.
The only
mean-
time in history,
I might be wrong
I
on that.
think.
Yeah, but beginner
Yeah,
and
right.
advanced have green goals that skip more than one stage because Monkey Ball
Yeah.
is weird.
Yeah.
It is, yeah.
There are 2 red goals in expert, and they both only skip 2 levels in Monkey Ball 1. So
Yeah.
Hmm.
Which leaves it to only being 3
There.
total.
I don't know.
Why did
I
they
love this level
not-
because it just like you feel so powerful just skipping like
Yeah,
5
you
levels.
You
I
know,
don't know.
actually, I need to slight tangent about the 3 red goals. In Monkey Ball 2, there's 10 red goals.
That's good.
They
I
went
never
from
really
3
thought
to
about
10.
that.
You were
Well,
feeling
yeah,
yeah,
they bumped
because
that
for
shit
most
up.
of expert, they just like forgot about him somehow.
Yeah, it's messed
Yeah.
up.
They're probably
Well,
going
I'd
with the
say-
logic of like we want people to spend money on this game, so please never use a red goal.
Yeah.
I'd say Chaser is an A because it's pretty iconic. And even though it's... Okay, you know what? Maybe it's at least a B because going for the blue goal isn't even that fun.
I want to give it like a B, just cause like it's
Give it a
fun
B.
in a similar kind of way that like Jump is, I guess, or Bull is. Like I don't think it's like exceptionally, good, because it at least in my
Okay,
at least in
You
my
can't tell me
whatever.
this level's in the same tier as Exam B and Choice and Exam A. You can't.
Yeah.
I don't think it's nearly that fun or well designed.
Yeah,
It's not
Yeah,
it's not
that's
bad.
fair,
I'm not
that's
saying
fair.
it's bad. But I don't think
it,
it's an 18.
it does kind of fall more into like the gimmick kind of like fun. So I'll get
It's fun because like it's really cute, not because like it's really well designed. If that makes sense,
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
okay. I'll give it like
Yeah, B tier's
give it,
fine.
like Jump tier ish. It's fine.
Yeah, that's
What is
good.
this one called? Like Jump Double.
Jump
or
Double.
something?
Yeah,
Okay,
Jump
good.
Double.
This is one of those levels that you basically never play because there's a warp goal on Chaser, and why would you ever do anything but the red goal?
This stage is fun.
Yeah, literally, I'm looking at the footage right now. I'm like, oh shit, I don't think I've played this level in like ever.
Doing this level the normal way is just like, why would you ever do that? Because you
Yeah.
have to wait for that weird platform, and it's stupid, and I will say doing it the going backwards and then falling into the goal way is pretty satisfying.
Yeah, it's way more fun.
I question their decision to put this platform connecting the 2 segments. Like,
Yeah.
why not just make it one long straightaway? Why are you making people wait for this platform? Especially when it's only a 30-second stage.
That is
Yeah,
true.
as a kid, when I didn't do the backwards way all the time, you would just like run out of time when you tried to get to the final jump, which
Yeah.
has like bumpers in the way. So that's neat that you have to like go at an angle, but it's
Yeah.
also like, well, then this is cruel.
Like, if
Yeah,
you're
I don't
good
know.
at
This
this
is
game,
not a high tier for me.
if you're good at
I'd
this
put it,
game, you
like,
can
maybe
make this
D.
cycle. But if you're that good at the game, then you're just doing the entire skip. Anyway.
I was about to say, if you're good at the game, you're not playing this
Wait,
level.
yeah, exactly.
So
Yeah, wait.
if you're halfway decent at the game, you're not doing this level.
Yeah, honestly.
even if you're bad at the game, you're doing this level.
Yeah. So
Yeah, when I was
Yeah.
when I was a kid, I actually found out about the skip because in touch and roll, I had like my thumb on like the touch screen when I was doing the touch and roll version slow and just like did it that way. It's like, oh, you can do that. That's
That's
cool.
really
so, yeah.
funny, actually.
So yeah, that's how I found out about this. That being said, I think it's like a D tier. I think it's just kind of
I'm
weak.
feeling
What it was
low
trying
on
to
this
do.
one.
Like, I think D tier is for the stages that like tried but kind of failed in a way. Where it's like, I don't know if you succeeded what you're trying to do here.
Fair.
Like, I'm almost willing to
I was
move
kinda
this
thinking
down,
D.
honestly, just because like it kind of is in the same category.
I feel like
I'm down to move it.
also there's so much unrealized potential here. This level I feel like could be really fun, but they just didn't do it right.
I'm gonna move this to high D. I'm feeling
Yeah, that's fair.
lower now that we've had more stages.
Oh,
in the
Stoppers bumped down to D. Yeah, that's fair.
category. Yeah.
Middle jam.
Middle jam, it's
I'm,
fine.
I'm saying honestly, I'm giving it an F because it's so boring.
it's just kind of whatever.
Mid jam.
The
Yeah, mid jam.
it's really challenging.
Yeah.
It's like the most challenging stage in the game until you're like good at it. And it's like, oh, this stage is boring. I hate this
It's
stage.
like the bumpers move incredibly slow in this.
Yeah. Is this the exact same as the expert level?
Yeah,
it's
or
slower than the
just like slower
But it's
bumpers.
slower.
That's kind of lame.
Yeah, it's just slower.
bumpers.
But by slower, it's like egregious. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god,
It's
snooze
wild how I
fest.
just-
It takes 25 seconds to make it to the end if you don't do
Yeah.
anything funny.
Yeah.
You could watch like a whole feature film in the amount of time it takes to get through this level. I swear, it takes so long.
Yeah.
Feature film on TikTok maybe, but yeah.
This one is such a weird departure from the other stages in this game where you just have to go so slow, and that's very rare for Monkey Ball
Yeah.
1 level design.
It's a stage about patience.
Wild how like little I
which is kind
recognize
of-
these levels in between the red goal and where it takes you to.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you never play.
Like I can probably count on one hand the times I've even seen these levels.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
feeling like C tier though. I don't think it's bad enough to be D tier. Just kind of whatever.
Yeah, C tier is like fine. Low C tier,
It
but
could maybe be B if I argued it, but I don't
The
know.
power of
No.
being boring is enough to give me the F there.
I would put it in D personally.
Damn. We're feeling harsh towards this level today. I'll give it like highest D tier. I don't think it's that
It's boring.
offensive though. I think it's just kind of whatever.
It's not terrible, but it's just boring.
I guess. Antline's fun. That's an okay
Antlion
stage.
is but also very small.
For how
Antlion
late
this
it
is one of the levels that exists.
For
Yeah.
how late it is in the game, it's kind of underwhelming. Like this could have been a beginner and no one would have batted an eye, to be honest.
That's
It's
true.
fun to try and get all the bananas and get to the goal in a pretty fast time, I guess, but
Yeah, but like a casual player, it's just like it's fine.
It's like
It's
whatever.
another one of those that's like somewhat fun. It's inoffensive. It doesn't do anything wrong.
It's basically just bowl, but in a different way.
you do kind of have to be
Yeah.
trying to get yourself falling in the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah. literally.
Helix, have you seen the Engage version of Antline?
No, I haven't.
Oh no, I want to show.
Uh-oh.
Wait,
I'll show you.
what?
I'll show you that later.
Okay.
uh,
And now
I-
I'm intrigued.
I don't want to spoil it. I don't want
I'm
to spoil
feeling
it.
C or D,
But
but
it-
I'd say this
yeah.
is probably along with the rest of the C's of it exists, it's there.
Yeah, it's definitely in this.
This is like a low C for me.
Yeah. It is fine. I'll put it like wide bridge tier. It's feeling wide bridge is like it's fine. It's pretty good. I don't know.
All right, collapse.
Collapse is like a cluster.
I like this level, and the reason I think I might like it more than the expert version, mainly because the skip is more fun to do on this version. Where I mean,
That's true. It
the
is.
skip in destruction is basically free. You don't have to try at all. You just
That
hold
is
forward
true.
and then diagonal and you win. The skip on collapse is the one where you bounce off of the diagonal part that's slanted down over there and rebound into the goal, and that's super cool.
I do like the skip on this level.
That is actually a cool
It
skill.
is very fun to do.
I do like the skip.
And it's not that hard. Like, a casual could learn this and do it. It definitely could be like a baby's first speedrun
The
strategy.
level itself, though, is just kind of whatever.
I mean, if you try and do it
It's-
the regular
it's
way, it sure is another
This
level
feels
that
like
exists.
this feels like songs on the level editor like bored on afternoon, and just like so there's like
Yeah,
kinda
this
true.
level feels like fan fiction.
It's
like
fun,
this
but
is not real.
Time, I'm on time, look at me.
Holy
yeah.
Jonii!
we're on Collapse and Monkey Ball 1. Do you have any
We're on
opinions on the
Collapse.
stage?
Oh, I like that one. All right, that's like a. I would say that's like a B tier, high B tier.
I guess.
I think
I'd
it's
say
fun.
maybe.
It's
I'm feeling like lowest B if we're putting it in B. I don't think it's
it's
that
not the best
remarkable.
designs,
Just-
but I
It's
don't.
just like it's just so like
It
all
doesn't
over
even
the
have
place. It's like someone
design,
puked up
honestly.
a level.
It's just
Honestly,
a
it's just so high for me
It's
because
like an AI. It's like an AI generated level. Like, I don't know.
It literally looks like one of those like splits levels where you use like the camera to generate the stage. It looks like one of those. That's the...
Yeah, it's only so high for me because I find the skip very satisfying
Yeah.
compared to the expert version.
Well,
That's fair.
About the skip, it's like a fat C tier. It's really not that
I
interesting.
think I actually think
Yeah.
the expert version of this is better because even though the skip is worse, it's more fun to play because it's more challenging.
I think the casual is better
Yeah.
on the expert version. It requires more skill to get through. Like,
I agree. This
I
doesn't
don't know.
actually like. I don't think this requires a ton of skill. Maybe
Agreed.
in like the beginning portion because you have all these holes to dodge. But even
Yeah,
like, after,
so-
after you get past that, it's kind
Well,
of
if it's
easy
anything
to-
like the
yeah.
expert version, you can hold straight to win.
Yeah.
But I don't know if it is.
It's not.
you almost can.
Oh, it's not.
It's almost, but it's more satisfying in that way. You actually kind of have to
Yeah.
think a little bit more than an expert.
I'm feeling C just because it's not that remarkable.
Speaking of not that remarkable, when we put
Give
this in here,
it there.
CBT.
swing
Yeah.
bar.
Woo.
Swing bar in
recording now.
advanced is such a nothing stage because it
I
is
see,
so
it's-
short. It is not challenging. You barely
The
have to
epitome of C
try.
tier.
Yeah.
Yeah, why is it this far?
It's 5
Yeah,
seconds,
C tier.
and it's you can't just hold
That
up.
is- it
but,
is one of
like,
those
it's
hold
not
straight
hard.
levels.
You
Pretty
barely have
close.
to try.
If you got this far in advance, then you're not gonna struggle with this one too much. I don't
Yeah,
think.
well, like if you got past floor bent, I think you already know what you
Exactly.
need to know past the stage.
Yeah.
You know?
If you
Yeah.
can beat like a bent floor in an exam B, this one is not gonna be hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're welcome.
Yeah,
Yep.
we got it.
Oh, Johnny's getting the
Johnny
face
cam,
cam
oh my
on.
God.
Hey.
Johnny cam.
Hey.
Huge.
But yeah,
You can see me. You can see my toast. It's great.
editing this will
Oh,
be
yeah.
fun. Anyway,
It's gonna
are we feeling D? Are we feeling any more
C.
generous than that?
D.
Honestly, D.
D.
It's not
D.
very good.
Honestly, I'm fine with D.
He's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll put it
it's-
below this only because this is more memorable than this, honestly.
I was
Yeah.
literally looking at that spot.
Labyrinth.
I was eyeballing it.
Labyrinth is very similar to Collapse in the sense of like, what the heck is going on in the stage design department?
A little bit.
But it's way more fun, and I will defend that. I love
Yeah,
it.
I think
That's
it's
a good
fun.
This level's so fun.
The skip is just
Yeah.
like satisfying because it's like, okay, this really long level is now 3 seconds long, and you skip the next 2 levels.
Especially when you're coming off of whatever that stage was with the red
It's
ball. I
Call
can't
Off
even remember the
Chaser,
name
and this
of
is
it.
where you land.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you just skip that too. I love that.
Also, have y'all seen the blue goal skip for this?
no,
I don't think
It's
so.
it's
Sure.
ridiculous. Like no casual player is gonna be able to do it, but it is the
Oh, I
optimal blue
think I
goal skip
have.
for this is one of the
Yeah.
coolest looking strats in the entire game.
Isn't it still like ridiculous bumper bounce?
It's not a bumper bounce, but you have to get clips off of like 3 very specific spots. I just did it for those of you who are watching. the
Yeah,
stream.
yeah. I saw
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, I just watched.
Yeah.
It's so cool, but it's so hard.
Doing
Yeah.
this stage the casual, normal way is like, I don't know, man. This is weird.
I think the casual way is still better than casual Collapse. I feel like there's more of an
I
actual
agree.
like idea behind the stage.
For sure.
No, I feel like
Yeah.
this has less of an idea.
Yeah,
Like-
this
like,
is
I
less,
don't
to be
know.
honest. Like, and the stupid JAMA bars, the stupid physics blocks. I don't like those.
I think this is
guess.
way
It's
more
like
fun.
literally
though.
the epitome of like an AI generated level.
I think it only looks AI generated when you look at it like from afar. Like up close, things have a lot more purpose.
I
it
agree.
feels
Oh
like.
yeah, no, I mean I'm being a little facetious when I say that, but
Yeah,
you know.
yeah. No, I know what you mean though. I know what you mean.
It's just like what it's like. What's the theme here?
I think
like what are we doing?
like they were going for some sort of gauntlet level, and I think this is actually relatively well designed
I do.
because
Yeah.
there's a
Yeah,
lot
yeah.
to do. It's not. I don't think it's boring at any part, honestly.
Yeah, I think it's
Um,
kind of cute that they have like the green goal kind of choice wires at the end. There's like a final like stressful
But
thing.
there's
like,
no
oh,
bananas anyway, so it's like, all right.
That's
How much
true.
time do
They
you have
probably
left,
should've put
idiot?
bananas.
Yeah, the goal is like the oh god, can I make it in time? Oh no, do I have to go for this
Yeah.
wire? Yeah.
Something
it's-
I do actually like about this is that if you're going too fast on the blue goal ramp, you will smack the blue goal and die.
It's true also.
It is very funny.
That is extremely funny.
I find this to be like almost like a playground where you can just like hang out and just have fun. I think the stage is
Yeah,
just very
Dude,
fun.
well, we gotta put this in VR chat so we can hang out on it.
It's one of those stages where a kid can be a kid, you know?
Yeah.
It's true. It's true. It smells like sweat and old pizza.
Yeah.
I'm going to say
You know,
a low B. I'm going to say low B.
I'd do low B. I think that's fair.
I think there's enough.
That's fine. I don't
You know
care.
what this? You know what this level actually reminds me of?
What's that?
It reminds me of like what a lot of fan hacks try to do with like the open level design
Yeah.
and like
I
packing a
agree.
lot of stuff in. I see a lot of inspiration here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I agree, and I think this level does it better than a lot of them.
I agree. I agree with that also.
Not all of
I
them, certainly,
agree.
but a lot of them.
We can agree on
Yeah.
that. Okay, I'm just gonna say lowest B tier. I think it's above C. I think it has enough going for it. I'm willing to say.
Yeah,
It better
I think
be
it's
above
fun enough.
C.
I'll give it like there. That's better.
Okay.
Spiral.
Yeah, okay, that's fine. Spiral's good. It's a fun level.
I wish.
It's a
Spiral's fun as a kid because you get to go fast and it's very relatively risk free.
I like it.
I'm willing to give stages points for like just the pure fun factor because that is something that needs to be considered. At least in
Yeah,
my
no,
opinion.
I think Spiral's a good time.
That's a good.
I was gonna. This is like good B tier to me.
Yeah, it's
I
like a
agree.
high B.
Uh,
I really love at the end of the platform that you start on, there's like the big wind up section that exists there where you don't
Yeah.
even need that much, but it's just like, here you go. Also, the shortcut, iconic.
My favorite thing about this level is, especially when I started playing the game again, the ending would like mess me up every single time because I was just like, okay, no, I got it, and then it's like, nope, your momentum's fucked. You have to actually try. It's like, I think it's a good time.
Also, a thing I enjoy is that the bottom of the starting platform is like untextured. It's just plain white for some reason.
That's funny.
Oh. I didn't even
Shout
know
out to that.
That
Yeah,
rules.
I've noticed that too, actually.
I mean, I still think it's a pretty good. It's like a B or an A.
Yeah.
It's even though it does take forever doing it the normal way, you know, you're having a good time.
Yeah, I think it's a
Yeah.
high B for me.
Yeah, I think it's high.
High B's
I think it's
good.
high
I'm
B.
good with that.
I think I definitely
Oh yeah,
love
that
it.
is completely untextured. It's funny. Yeah, I
So-
think
Oh, there's
I could go
also
B for
something
this.
where you can do where you can fall from the spiral onto the banana bunch because there's a little wall there. That's neat.
Yeah, you can't always just cheese this level, which is debatably more fun than playing it normally. But
I mean, yeah.
Agree.
I don't know. I'll give it like. Are you feeling low A or like high B? Because I think it could be either, honestly.
I think high
I'd
B
be-
sounds good.
I don't think it's
Yeah.
an A tier.
E.
Alright, I'll give it.
It's always hard to rank these when I know
ahead.
that the expert version
Yeah.
is like my more favorite version.
I
Yeah,
know, right.
This next stage might be the most forgettable stage in the whole game.
Wavy jump.
I'll be honest.
Yeah, I don't like this
It's up
one.
there. It's up there.
I don't like it
I
either.
don't know.
It's boring.
Really? I mean,
I
I
think
kinda
it's
like
okay.
it.
bad.
Yeah, I think it's.
It's
I-
not like the
I-
worst one. It's not like bad. It's okay.
It's-
but
I think
I'm not
that the
a fan.
flow of this stage just kind of feels a little janky because you hold down off the ramp and then you do a weird bounce instead of like a smooth bounce on the next ramp, and it's like, yeah, it works, but it's like doesn't feel satisfying. This would not go on oddly satisfying.
I'm gonna go to bat
Yeah,
for this
no.
one.
Yeah?
These bunches here, they're kind of hard to get. You have to like really slow down before this platform.
Oh yeah.
That's true.
But then like you can go grab them, or if you like bonk off the goal, maybe you weren't aligned properly, you can still go back up here and try again. But it's not too lenient because you only have 30 seconds. I actually think this is better designed than people give it
I
credit
was
for.
gonna say though that an
Yeah.
all banana run of this stage is a lot more interesting because it's just like you gotta go all over the place.
I think that gives it a little more depth than it would have otherwise, for sure.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I don't know.
So I'm feeling C.
I guess I'll move it up to C.
I think a C, maybe
I'll give
D.
it.
Yeah, C is fine.
uh,
Yes.
what am I-
High C? Question mark.
I don't know when. I'll say below antline. I have more fun.
Yeah, I think
not
it's
gonna
like mid C.
Fight for it that hard, but like
I don't know.
Spiky
I like the stage. The stage
Oh,
is really
boy.
fun. It's very.
stage-
Spiky's good.
is one of the stages that had a casualty in deluxe. Oh, we forgot to mention in Jumpies where the sound effect got deleted in deluxe.
Oh yeah.
Oh, did it?
I mean, half the sound effects got deleted in deluxe, so
Seven.
you know.
This is another stage with a magnificent engage version, which I will share later.
I think that this stage is interesting because you could skip spike sections.
I do like that. I do like the skill element to the stage where you can
if it
weave
sucked and
between
you
them.
couldn't skip them, this would be boring and dull and terrible. But because you can
Yeah.
skip it, it makes it a lot more interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Doing
I never try to skip them though, so it's really dull
It's
and boring
also
to me.
famously shown off, I think, on the back of the case from Monkey Ball 1. I'm like 99% confident in that.
I think it is.
Yeah.
doing
I'd have to
the
look,
skips
though.
here is just really fun.
Yeah.
But I don't
I
think a
agree.
casual player is really going to be doing that. You actually have to be pretty good in order to do those efficiently.
Especially since if you're trying to get to the extra stages, you can't, fuck up at
That's
all.
true.
Like and you're right at the end. Like I never try to push
Yeah.
this stage. I just take it slow.
So I'd say maybe Again, high C.
Yeah, I
Nice.
guess
Yeah, I
it's-
see.
Yeah,
works.
I'm
I
fine
like
with
high
that.
C.
Like the drink.
Delicious and citrusy.
It always makes me think of the edit I did in the commercial video every single time. Someone says high
Alright.
C, it's ruined forever.
Unrest.
This stage is
This is like a level.
pretty fun.
This
This
is,
I'm
this one's alright.
Alright.
I like this one fine.
Fine.
The SMB
Okay.
one cycle is fun because there's a way you can like bounce off of one of the rising platforms and into the goal.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the deluxe cycle is, but I think you can still go pretty fast on it.
I like how Junior added like long stretches of land for no reason. That was kind of cool.
The deluxe cycle, you want to do a clip off of like the corner of one of them, which sounds hard. It's not that hard. If you land up well, it's not that bad. But yeah, the deluxe cycle is kind of similar. It's just sort of a similar vibe.
I'd say probably going for the bananas would be an interesting challenge.
I don't
Yeah.
think
For all
I've
you
ever tried
aspiring
that.
all banana speedrunners out there that I've just learned existed.
Well, no, it's the category exists. No one is actually gonna run.
Ooh.
I know.
Well,
That's what I mean.
Okay.
We have a race idea now, everyone.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Oh god.
But I think this one's pretty alright. I think maybe. I don't know.
Eh.
I think B is too generous for what it is, but I
Yeah.
enjoy it a lot.
It's alright.
It's
Yeah.
just I enjoy it a lot to It's a personal
yeah.
B.
I was gonna say low B, high C.
I'll give it like wide bridge here. I don't know.
Wide bridge
Good
tier,
enough-
let's
good
go.
enough for me.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like I get a similar amount of enjoyability.
Oh, level from
Polar.
hell, let's go.
I like Polar.
Forward.
It's
Yeah.
good. I'm just salty
It's
at it
alright.
because it's ended so many of my runs.
Oh.
It's one of those stages that I feel like is deceptively hard because as like
Yeah.
you see like the platform vomit and you're like, oh my god, ew.
Yeah.
But then you find out, oh, you just go when they're all aligned and you win.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
an easy one to overthink when you're first playing the game, which is what messes me up every time. But once you get it down, it's not that bad and it's really satisfying. So I think this
Also
is a
going-
pretty good one.
Once again, going for bananas and speed at the same time is actually pretty cool because you hover on the fast moving platform and collect all three of them before you go to the goal.
Yeah.
It feels very satisfying when you figure it out the first time.
Yeah,
I'm
I think
just-
this is a good one.
I'd say like A tier.
Yeah, I'm
S tier.
calling this one A.
Heck
at
yeah, I'm
least.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll give it a little A. That's fine.
Low A, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, it's time for more
On to
fun stage
expert.
ones with Ruin.
This is what the advanced one wanted to be honest.
Ruin is
Yeah.
honestly not a D tier because you can actually die, and if you're a new player going into expert for the first time, you're gonna think that you're gonna have to go around,
Yeah.
but that's where it tricks you because you can just
This-
hold up and it's actually boring.
The stage is
but, you
cute.
know,
I like the stage because it's cute. It's just like a level. It's just the first level about like, ooh, we made it harder, guys. Let's go. It's a
Yeah, yeah.
I,
It's like a
Yeah,
secret.
it's
like
I,
a-
cute. I like
that
that.
trope. It's a nice trope in Monkey Ball 1. It's just kind of like, I don't know. It's not like
Yeah, I think
the
it's
hardest
funny.
stage in the world, but it's fine. It's a cute stage, I don't know.
again, C tier up there with plane.
It does what it needs to do, which is give you like it kind of like lets you subconsciously know like this is gonna be fucking bullshit. You just know. I'll give it.
And
I'll say
then
it's low and
what
plain,
more than
but
subconsciously tells you this is the next level. Welcome to Branch.
Branch is
I appreciate that the holes in Ruin line up perfectly with the textures. That's all I have to say.
that is
this one does get to go on oddly satisfying.
I just put it like right above like the other two beginner stages. Like I
Yeah.
think it's the best of the three, but like I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
yeah. I'll give it.
I think
Oh,
that
this one.
Branch is an interesting stage because the blue goal path is very thick and fat, and it's like, all right, here you can align yourself.
Yeah.
But the red goal path is, yeah, good luck, idiot.
I kind of like.
It's very like, oh, but you could get it. You can try to do it, and then like every time you die, it's great.
I'll be honest. I love
it.
Branch. I think Branch is like one of the best levels in the whole game.
Branch
It's
rules.
pretty good.
Even though I fuck myself up on it every single time.
Branch is a great stage. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's
this-
also red goal 2 of 3 in this video game.
It's
Yeah.
Red Goal Gaming, yeah.
This, I kind of like that it's a red goal because of how much harder it actually is. Like, it feels like it deserves to be a red goal, especially given that it only skips 2 stages.
Yeah.
Also, one of those stages that it skips, I think, is actually a big gatekeeper, so it's kind of cool that it skips one of those.
True.
Yeah.
It's one of the more sane warp goal choices.
Yeah.
I think the genius is just in the simplicity. It's like, yeah, here's one that's like
Yeah.
5 times harder.
Yeah.
It's like, cool.
It's just a well-crafted level.
I might say
it thrives
S.
on
That might be
sure.
a crazy take.
Ooh.
I'm feeling S. I'll be honest.
Yeah, high A, low
We need
S
some more
sounds
S's, you
good.
know.
Yeah.
I mean, it's looking kind of lonely up
Oh,
there.
it's okay. There'll be another S coming soon
This is,
anyway.
you know
True.
why I'm partially okay with this is I feel like this is one of the most kind of iconic stages in the game. Like I think this kind of sums up a lot of the design ethos very well, very simply, where it's like, yeah, you could just, a lot of the time it's pretty simple, you know, you could just kind of see it and do it intuitively, but there's other opportunities where you kind of have to think a little more, you kind of have to challenge yourself. It really kind of, I don't know. When I think of Monkey Ball 1, this is definitely one of the first stages to come to mind.
Like, if you have to explain
For
to another
sure.
person like how Monkey Ball 1 is designed, you could just show them this one stage. I think it kind of gives the vibe.
Yeah.
Like,
I
here's
think
the
I'm good
easy
with
path,
this just because it sums up
and
so
here's
much
the
of it in
fucking
so
bullshit
little.
path that's more rewarding if you go down it. I don't know. It's a good. I like the stage.
I hadn't thought of it that way, but you've convinced me. All right.
It's
go.
better than
Yippee,
floor bent
S.
though. It isn't called floor bent, so I'll give it low.
No, Floor Bent is the best stage in any video
honestly,
game.
I might change it to floor
Okay.
bent tier one of these days. We'll see.
We
And
should.
because everybody obviously takes the red goal, we always forget about overturn.
This stage kind of bad. I don't know.
Yeah,
It's kinda
it's
there.
level.
Oh my god, this one's hilarious.
The stage hides secrets, though. Okay. Every single like speedrunner IL strap for the stage is actually sick.
They're wild. Yeah, I've seen them.
I think that it has my favorite warp goal for Monkey Ball 1 because there's only like 10 in the game and all of them are green for the most part. This one's probably the most interesting one to me in this game.
Yeah.
It's sort of the sort of warp goal that like Monkey Ball 2 or custom levels like to do where it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's on the
true.
moving thing
Yeah.
that stops, but it's on the other side that doesn't stop.
It does.
Right.
This screen goal does feel very custom levelly. I haven't thought about it like that.
Yeah.
I kind of like how each stage like progresses. I like how this one's just like, yeah, the whole thing just spins. It's like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I was gonna say I have a soft spot for this stage because playing Monkey Ball 1 with other people, it's extremely funny. I had a friend
Absolutely.
years ago where he like game over just trying to get the green goal over and over again, and then it hit the game over screen. He was like, man, fuck this game. We were all laughing. It was hilarious.
It's also funny if you're doing it the blue go way and you suck at the game because you're gonna take it really slow and then it's gonna start rotating and they're like, no,
Right.
no, 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 no.
Yeah.
That's what
But,
I
like-
used to do all the time, yeah.
But like if you've gotten good at the game, then you realize it's not actually that hard, so it ends up kind of being kind of like a stage that is just sort of there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think that's
it's
fair.
funny because like the skip goal is fun, but like if you're going for skip goals, you're never gonna play this level anyway. So
Yeah.
I will say I'm gonna give it a B just for the green
I'm
goal
feeling
though.
B. I think it's
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
B is good.
B is
I like
good.
the stage.
B is
It's fun.
good.
I'll give it like this tier. I think it's basically in the same category.
It is
Yeah.
quite funny that there are 2 levels in a row that explicitly give you a goal to skip this next one, Excursion.
Oh, let's go.
I like the stage.
Yeah.
I'll be honest.
I kinda
It's an
I don't know.
excursion.
I have a big issue with this stage, and
let's hear
it's the lens flare at the very end.
The lens
I
flare
love the
is
lens.
so iconic.
I love the lens flare.
Child
Yeah,
This
Helix.
one's got a lot of this one's got a lot of stop and go platforms, which is like
That's
never
true,
that
yeah.
fun.
This is absolutely the first wall. Like, everybody talks about the other wall we'll get to really soon, but this is absolutely the first super wall in
Yes, it
Expert.
is.
I remember like
Yes.
playing Deluxe on the Xbox and not being able to get through the wire, mainly probably because of weird controls, but whatever, you know.
This lens flare, you can see it on my screen share now. This lens
Oh,
flare
yeah.
is stupid.
Yeah, it's not.
I kind of love the
great.
lens flare because of how masochistic.
Do you
it is.
think that, like, when they were developing this and they got to this level, they were just like, oh, that looks so cool. That's so fucking
That's
cool.
gonna be a real technical showcase for the GameCube, and then everyone plays it and they're like, my eyes!
I love the lens flare.
It's
And
really
much-
funny.
Nagoshi was just like, it's so cinematic.
To be honest,
It's like a movie.
the big wall for me as a kid was the bumper, like the 5 bumpers. I don't know,
Yeah.
like why I couldn't get through that because
Yeah,
they're pretty
no.
close
My
together.
my problem with this level is honestly everything before the bumpers is just boring.
That's
Yeah,
true.
no,
it is.
it
You're right.
alternates between being like hard and being extremely boring.
if it literally began like right before the bumper ramp, it would have been like 5 times better. To be honest, it would have been way
I
better
will
to see.
say
You're
though,
right.
shout out to the barriers that exist on the start that don't
That
do
don't work,
anything
yeah.
because they didn't put the
Yeah.
barriers the whole way through,
Yep.
and you could still bump to the goal and finish
They
in
were
like
like,
5
oh,
seconds.
wait, we gotta stop you from doing this obvious skip, and then they didn't.
Yeah,
They
just
didn't test it.
They might have actually. They probably did test it, and then were like, you know what? That's cooler if you could do it like that.
Or they just like didn't know about boosting.
Possible.
Yeah, honestly, I think this level is ill-conceived enough that I feel like it's a D.
I think I agree.
Yeah.
I'll
not
give it
very good.
highest D, but it's still D tier.
Yeah, it's not like awful, but it's not very good.
It was also a wall and touch and roll because it was in World 5 or World 6 or whatever for some
It
reason.
feels
Let's
it
go.
feels more appropriate there than it does in Expert. At least in my
Bonus
opinion.
stage gaming.
Now the next
All
stage,
right.
I like the stage
Go
a lot.
Decagon.
The stage is goated. I like the stage a lot.
This
I like
stage
bonus
is
stages,
like
they're
blocks but good.
Yeah, this
That's-
one's good.
yeah,
I like
actually.
this
Bloxwood was a
one.
good level.
This is like one of my favorite stages in the whole game. It's one of those like it's super simple, but in a way that like I can admire.
This is another one where if you're playing with other people, this is one where they're like, oh shit, and it's like you kind of laugh because you've done it a million times, so you've kind of figured it out.
Yeah.
It's really cool because the way that the blocks spread out, you can skip the beginning block because like if you're not paying attention or whatever, you just go straight forward and then have to go all the way around. But if you notice,
Yeah.
one of the blocks extends outward to the side, and you could be like,
Ooh.
mind if I do?
Ooh.
Or you could learn pause frames and do some ridiculous nonsense.
Yawn.
Yeah.
I know. I do love how it's like the stage is like a square within a square, and then each platform is also a square within a square. It's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like squareception.
Yeah, I do like that too.
It's a fun one to watch.
Also
for me, yeah.
kind of interesting because when the squares are together, there's some sort of invisible magnet force that kind of keeps you stuck on the square that you're on.
Yeah. I don't know what's up
Yeah.
with that.
Strange. Well, I think it's at least.
I think it's an
Maybe
A.
an A.
I think it's an A.
I was thinking
I
A.
give it A, yeah.
It's a
It's
good
it's
one.
simple, but it's also at the same time creative.
I love the stage.
Yeah.
I've never had a single issue with the stage. I'll give it like just above choice. I think it's less issues than choice.
I think the presence of the easier version makes me like it more too, because then it's
Yeah,
like
you really appreciate
it's like
it.
you play that and you're like, okay, I kind of got this down, and then you see this and you're like, oh no, oh my god.
You're like, I
Well,
don't have it down.
And I feel like this is something that this game doesn't do a lot, where it introduces a concept and then it expands on that concept, but normally it expands on that concept in a really simple way.
Yeah.
It's better here. This is actually
Yeah.
creative.
True.
I agree.
Alright,
Speaking of
who's ready
creative,
for-
here's the.
Who's ready for an automatic S tier
Oh.
exam C, the best level in the
I
game?
do love exam C.
F.
It's either an S or an F, depending
Yeah.
on how you're
Exactly.
looking.
It's there's no in between. It is either the best level in the game or the worst level in the game.
It is my favorite level in this game so much because I love wires. I'm a wires guy. This
I hate
level is
wires.
the wires level. This owns.
I think it's like a perfect level. I think it's placed horribly.
The placement
Not
of
be
it
the
is
beginning of
awful.
Expert.
It's like, what are you doing?
The level itself is fine. I've been, I think, Stockholm syndromed with this level.
That's probably what everybody is,
Yeah.
to be honest. Everybody's like, wow,
No, I'm
I
not
did
quite
that.
there yet. Every time I see it, I'm like, no, no.
Because I've played this level. This is actually my go-to level for practice because one, it has a
yeah.
pause strat, so I get my pause strat practice in. But two, the movement on it, it's just a really, really good test of movement. Doing that wire fast is maybe the most satisfying thing in the entire game. There are probably like a single-digit number of people on the planet who could do it at full speed, but
Getting the time
Yeah, it's
bonus on exam C is so cool because then you're like, I did it under 30 seconds. Look at me.
I still,
I'm so
Yeah.
cool.
I still,
I've never came close
I've
to
not
that.
done
so-
that. I probably could if I grinded it.
I
I'm
was
not
gonna
doing
say the fact that it is such kind of a gauntlet obstacle course makes a lot of the time for more casual play, even finishing it feel really good because it'll be like, all right, 2 game overs later, and oh my god, finally, yes! Like, it's very satisfying in that regard once you finally get it down. Because there's so many. The wire at the end is obviously the really difficult bit, but when you're first starting the game, or if someone else is playing it in multiplayer, there's so many little bits that can trip you up. So
Yeah, it's really a test of like every single skill you'll use in the game. Like you get some slope, you get some bumpers, you get some wires, you get
The checkerboard.
checkerboard,
The checkerboard,
checkerboard,
yeah.
you know.
I will say also interesting about this level is that you can beat it without collecting either all 3 of bananas with an interesting sort of clip. So
Yeah.
I think it should go in S and F simultaneously.
Yes, it is the
Yes.
best. and worst
S
of
for
the
its
game.
placement, S because it's actually just kind of a cool level.
Yeah.
I can almost defend the placement because every single NES like nerd has like that thing where it's like, oh, I was a real gamer. I got tough and beat this stupid game. It's like I feel like this is like the 2000s.
Uphill
like,
Definitely a
that.
quarter sucker level from
Where
the
it's like
arcade.
it's like you have to be
Yeah.
good to get past this level. You have to like you have to try.
Back in my day, we had to play Exam C pauseless uphill both ways
Yeah.
in the snow.
I need to give a shout out, by the way, to that one cryptid trailer for this game where this level is Master
Is
3 for
Master.
some reason.
Right, yeah, no, I was gonna say
See, that makes more sense.
That's
Yeah.
where it
I-
should be.
Yeah, it makes way
I don't
more
actually
sense.
think this belongs in Master though.
It could be there.
The Master levels to belong there more than
I
that.
think it
If
should've
I
been,
was
like, the
placing
fun
this level, I would just put it higher in expert.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
we're at like 40.
Like, I think it should be an
I mean,
expert,
I'd say
but
this
putting it at
level is
7
harder
is
than like
ridiculous.
Master 2 or something, though.
Yeah.
No,
It's harder than some
it's
master
silly.
levels. So the thing about this level too, compare it to like a late expert. Late expert is
Really.
complete breeze compared
Yeah,
to this. I don't
literally,
understand
yeah.
what happened.
Yeah,
the
the
My controversial
first 10
take is I
levels
think
are
the
the
second
hardest.
half. I think the second half of expert is way easier than the first half.
is,
Like
it
once
is.
it gets
Yeah.
to level 25, it's like, all right, I'm just chugging through the
I
rest
think
of this.
what messes me up with expert so often as a more casual player is I'll blow all my lives on levels like this, and then I'll get to the back half and I'll make like 1 or 2 dumb mistakes, and it's like, oh, I no more continues, great.
Yeah, once you get past like the Sega level, like you're pretty much good if you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
As a speedrunner, I am way more scared of the first half of expert. Once I'm past that, I'm like, all right, this run is fine now.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
now we get to breathe.
Even as a casual player, the first 10 levels are the hardest part of expert. It's like
Easy, yeah.
you get
Is that-
like arguably branch, excursion, this one, and then later tracks. It's like, what the heck is wrong with them?
Yeah,
Like,
no,
that
what I
has
what I
to-
always do is I blow a bunch of lives trying to get the skip in the second level branch, and then I just take the regular goal, and then this level comes up and I lose like 2 full like sets of lives, and then like after that it's like, well, I'm pretty good now, but I've already lost so many lives.
Yeah.
But I still think that Exam C is in S tier for iconic and playability reasons.
Yeah, I think we
Yeah.
can
Yeah.
we
when,
can
when I think about like the levels that are gonna be in F tier, I'm like, this does not deserve that category.
No, it's too well designed. I
No.
think I would put
Yeah.
it low S tier just because of the placement, but
It's my favorite level in the game.
put it
so-
as high.
okay, we'll just put it high. That's fine.
I do
Floor bed above.
unironically-
Whoa.
above floor
Yeah, that's
bed.
fine. Whatever.
What?
I
Yeah.
do really unironically enjoy the movement of this level, so I'm
It's a
not
fun
gonna
level.
argue.
Yeah, no, that's fair. That's
The
fair.
next level is kind of bad, honestly. I don't know.
Skeleton is interesting.
Can you even beat this level like the intentional way?
Yeah.
Oh, I've never done it in my life.
You
so-
do have to kind of go fast though, because the timer is 30 seconds,
Yes.
and if you do it the normal way, you will at least be under 10 seconds. And
This
that's
is like
a
That's
bit
a
messed
challenge.
up.
I'm taking that as a challenge.
this is like a
God.
slightly more.
Okay,
This
advanced
this is like
version of-
this is the opposite of oddly satisfying. It's so painful because the game so clearly wants you to do the skip.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like,
Yeah.
and the thing
Yeah.
also is that
actually hard.
the branches out, like the slopes, are like misaligned. It's so
Yeah,
weird.
That's true.
Yeah, it's an odd. It's an odd.
You should
duck.
never ever want to do it the normal way when you can just do it the skip way.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever done it the
They're probably
normal
these
way.
giant holes on the
Yeah.
platform. Like, you can't skip it now. It's like still like really easy.
Is this one of the ones where it starts you off and it literally orients you towards the skip?
No.
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 Yeah, I think
Oh,
so.
is it the
No.
is it the easier
It's
version
floor
of it?
bent.
that
No,
does
neither
it?
of them do.
Floor bent does
No.
that.
Really?
Full
Oh,
event does, yeah.
interesting.
Yeah,
But
it's because floor bent's
I thought I'd remembered that, but I haven't played one in a while. So.
I will say bonus points because you can do a skip where you hit
my
the
God.
diner in the back and go to the goal.
Oh yeah,
Oh, that's kind of
bonus
hype.
points.
I don't know. I don't think the stage is that great. I think it's like B tier. I don't know.
I'd give it a B. I think it's
B tier
alright.
is fine.
The skips
Fine,
are
yeah.
the skips are fun, but it's
just
not
whatever.
anything like
just
super
fine.
deep.
There, it's
I do not think it's an unfun level. It's definitely not A though. You're right.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's frustrating
it.
when you beat Expert 7 on your first try and then you die on this level and you're just like, what am I doing?
I have lost runs to Skeleton, and it makes me feel really stupid all of the time.
Yeah, same.
Brax is a level that exists.
Tracks is
It's
I like
iconic.
it because I like wires, but even I can't do the very thin wire pause list. That's psychotic.
I never.
I
Yeah, I
can't
don't know
do the very
who's
thin wire
expected to do
puzzles.
that.
Oh,
I
damn.
never
says
even
something.
try because I'm always like
Yeah,
Stockholmed
yeah.
on expert. Well, not Stockholmed, but you know, like beaten, battered down by expert 7. So I'm like, I'll just take the big fat path, thank you.
Like the
Yeah.
thin wire is the same as the one on choice, and I can do the one on choice perfectly fine. This is psychotic. I don't
This
know
is,
why
like,
they did
insane.
that.
I love
like-
that they did it, but it's also like why.
It's extremely funny.
I mean, I can do the point 2. The point 2 is perfectly fine. The point 1 is
Hey.
something special.
At least they don't put a skip goal.
Like a red
one
goal
skip
on the
goal behind it
.1
this
wire.
time. So
God, can you
Now, if
imagine?
there was, there'd be, you know what? There's always a speedrun strat for everything, which is, in this case, the one that doesn't work half the time, where you run across the things and bounce on the last one.
Yeah, I don't think it's that bad, but I only think that because I've put in hours and hours of practice because I was sick of missing it. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get it.
As a level doing it on the thickest path, I mean, it's fine. I'm a wires guy.
fine.
I
Yeah.
enjoy it.
It's just alright. I mean, you can argue that the
so-
reflection makes it hard to like balance on it. That's all I can think of. It's pretty-
It coming so soon after exam C is just annoying because you already just did like
Yeah.
a big wire level and now you have to just do another one basically unless you want to do the
yeah,
skip.
I always
And
pair
it's
these
like,
together
what
in
are
my
we
head.
doing here?
It kind of
There's,
sucks too because it's like if you're a casual player like me and you blow like a bunch of lives on exam C, you kind of either have to choose like, okay, am I taking the breather and taking the big fat path so I don't have to like get caught on this, or do I want bananas to try to recover some of my
Or do you
lost
risk it
lives?
all and do the speedrun strat and hope it doesn't bounce you over the final one, or doesn't zorp you over the last
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it's I mean I do, it's like choice. I like the element of choice to it, but it's also like, I don't know, the placement's a little screwy.
I'd put it in like low A.
Although
Yeah,
I
low
will
A, high
say,
B.
it doesn't have barricades that show up like on choice.
That's true.
That is nice.
I guess that's
Helps.
something.
Yeah, I could do like high B, low A.
And it's also a
Yeah,
hero for the
same.
speedrun community because anyone who is using pause buffering will get caught immediately. You can't grind those wires.
This almost had no controversy in its entire
Immediately,
existence.
huh?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not once, not once.
I don't want to think about that.
I'll put it in like
Immediately nowadays,
chaser
you know what
tier,
I
I
mean.
guess. I don't know. It's just
Sorry about that.
No, that's funny.
Alright, Downhill Hard is a level I don't actually like.
I like this level.
You don't like Tony Hawk's Downhill Jam?
I'm fine with it.
It's fun.
I think this
I
level's
like
better
that
than
game.
I think this level's better than regular downhill. I think it's more interesting.
Yeah, I
more
think this
fun.
one's fun.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
definitely.
much more skillful. It's one of those levels that teaches
I don't
you
like
patience.
it because sometimes I'll just get memed on by a bumper and die.
Sounds like a you problem.
That's
That is
true.
embarrassing when that happens.
Like I hate to say it, but skill issue.
Yeah.
I know, I get it. It doesn't happen that often anyway though. It's just like sometimes, very rarely, it'll be like, oops, you touched a bumper, and I'm like, no!
Yeah. No, I joke at you, but like I get it. It even
Yeah.
happens to me
Yeah,
sometimes.
it happens, yeah.
It happens to me a lot.
I do like
Mm-hmm.
that there is that section where you can get two bananas at the same time, and it makes the banana noise louder.
That's cool.
Yeah, I like
That's
that too,
always
actually.
And
Yeah, I like this
shout
one.
out, shout out to the tasks where
I was literally about to
the
mention
monkey
it.
ball gets flattened at the end of this one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the pause strat. Hold on, let's see if I can show it off on my.
Oh yeah, the pause strat where you go flying that was on the GDQ run that you did.
Yeah.
That one owns.
Well, let's go.
That was alright. I think it's pretty fun. I don't know.
Switch.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That's
this is
pretty
good
hard.
You know
one.
what? I take back my dislike of it due to random hitbox like jump scares.
I think the bumpers are way better than the walls.
Yeah,
It is a
for
lot
sure.
more
I
engaging.
agree.
You
Yeah.
are right.
It is a
More
fun.
The walls just feel so awkward to me.
It is a fun.
Yeah.
I like the stage
The
a lot.
stage sucks in Banana Mania, but that's a different story.
Well, a lot of them.
You can say that about a lot of stages there.
The-
I could do like high B. I think this is
it's
a
at
fun
least
one.
high B. It could be low A for feeling crazy.
Yeah.
If you're feeling a little
Also
silly.
in deluxe,
I'll give it higher
because
than-
that game has
than this one.
texturing issues. There's white textures on that stage in the mall.
Nice.
Let's
Huh.
go.
At least
I
I
didn't know
think
that.
it's one texture. There is. I think it's the one at the very bottom, like on the other side of the rim. It's deluxe has a lot of texture problems.
What? What do you mean?
Deluxe is the perfect game that was handcrafted
Next
with
is
love.
next is Gears. I love Gears. I think Gears.
I adore this.
Gears is
game.
fun.
Yeah,
Gears is
yeah.
cool.
High
I think
tier
This
level.
is maybe my favorite pure movement
I
stage
love
in this
it.
game,
I-
which is
I-
high praise.
I kind of want to give
Yeah,
it an
this
S tier.
one-
I'll be
Yeah.
honest. I love the stage.
Even casually,
fine with
once you get
S tier.
really good with the
Banger.
movement, it feels really good. Yeah,
This is-
I would
this-
say
yeah.
S is fine.
This is my
It's a
definitive
good
favorite
one.
stage in the whole game. I love the stage.
Also, it gets you.
Is it really?
It gets you up a bit of a banana deficit by 2 very easy banana bunches.
That's true.
Yes, it
Oh, yeah,
is
literally.
actually a really generously placed stage in that regard too. But it's also like not. It's not like completely like easy either. Like you do have to be kind of good to do it
It's-
optimally.
It's a really good difficulty. It never feels unfair. There are bunches you can take it basically as easy or as difficult as you want to.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It has
yeah.
so much going for it.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
This is definitely
The
S
endgame
tier.
Yeah,
piece
this
is
is
also
fun.
really good, which I'll show you
And
later.
in Banana Mania, if when you run across the final gear, you make your monkey run backwards into the goal.
It's funny.
You can moonwalk into
I'll
it.
give it below
Yeah.
4 bent.
That
but
rules.
it's pretty banger. I'm definitely
Yeah.
That's a good
Put it
one.
above 4 bent, but you know, that's just me.
Well, it ain't no. Nah,
It ain't no floor
Floor
bed.
bench is the best stage in any video game, other than apparently than Exam C.
Next up is Destruction.
Destruction is.
Oh boy.
Destruction.
It's a little
When
bit-
you do this one casually, it is better than Collapse, but when you do this one speedrun, it is less interesting than Collapse.
Yeah.
Love the I love the hold straight to win strat at the
it's
beginning.
it's fun casually for sure. I like
It actually has like
casually.
sections and like things to do.
But then you speedrun it and it's like no, none of it. You don't
Then it's
play
the
any
most.
of it.
It is. Helix, you said that like Collapse had the babyest first speedrun strat. I think that this one is the babyest first speedrun
You're
strat
right.
because that one could be his number
You're
2
right.
because this one is hold forward, bounce, and then diagonal.
I
and you
try
win.
not to
I could
fully
probably do
include the
this.
speedrun strats just because But
I think it.
Well,
if the
you brought a
speedrun strat is-
speedrunner onto the podcast.
I know.
Yeah. It's a
Like, I don't know what
factor.
you're
It's
expecting.
not
My
like the
level of
only thing,
abhorrence
but
is,
it's
yeah.
surely
I think
it holds some
as
weight.
long as it's not like triple frame perfect pause frames like Curve Bridge, I'm sure it's fine to talk about.
Yeah. This is. I don't know if I would say that this being baby's first speedrun strat makes it worse though, because I kind of think then it's like, oh, well, a casual player that might have difficulty with this might get their speedrunner legs for the first time. They might be like, I wonder if I could just skip all of this.
I will say though that doing it casually, the very long part with the 2 beams, where like one beam has the thing at the end and the other one has the thing at the beginning, it's the scariest part of the level
That is
because
true.
Yes, it is.
that is
Yes.
the prime Monkey Ball 1 just random collide you off a cliff or zorp you off the cliff, and it's like,
Yep.
this is the this is scary.
I love Monkey Ball Collision. It's great.
Yeah,
It's
you do
always
kind of
good.
have to know what you're doing at certain points at this level. Like, you have to have a pretty deep understanding of this game, actually, to consistently do that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I get it.
I'll give it like a B tier. I think
I'd give
it's.
it B.
I'd say high B,
Yeah, I'm
but
fine
yeah.
with
it's
that.
I
also
actually
B.
think this is like the quintessential B tier.
Yeah, I think it's like basically the same amount of like
So B tier.
labyrinth kind of. It's like the same vibe, at least in my opinion.
Invasion.
Yeah, you know, I'll give it higher than like tracks. I hate tracks.
I'm sorry. Wait,
This
did
is
you
another
did you
wall
guys
level in my opinion.
Hold on. Minor sidetrack. Did you guys B tier the music note theme stage where you can do the skip and get the moving secret goal?
Yeah.
Chaser?
That's the
Yeah.
best stage in the game.
Nah.
So,
Johnny, I was trying to go up to bat for it. They
It's
wouldn't
so
listen.
good. It's so much fun.
I said it was very iconic, but at the same time, going for the blue goal casually, if you were like someone who's afraid of the red goal, is like just not fun.
so our justification for Chaser, right, is that it's a cool stage. It looks cool, but it's not super well designed.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not bad. It's still.
I
B
think
tier.
casually it's extremely fun, but yeah, the more you get good at it, the more it's like, okay, there's not really a lot here.
Speaking of well designed, Invasion
Yeah.
is goated.
Invasion.
Invasion's goated.
I like Invasion
It's
a
the fun
lot,
stage.
although
Invasion.
the ending bumpers are the scariest thing in the world ever.
That's why I
because-
love the stage.
Yes,
That's
they
why I
are.
like it.
Oh god, yeah.
Yes. Oh my God, Helix.
Many
Sorry.
a run ended here.
You could argue the beginning's kind of boring, but that's about it. As far as
The beginning
complaints.
you could go through and like if you go really fast, you could just slip through everything.
Yeah, I don't know. I like the stage. It's fun.
I do
Yeah,
like
this is definitely another major wall stage to me.
I-
Like,
Yes,
this
for sure.
Expert
Absolutely.
7-9.
Many a run ended here.
the troll wire that looks really really scary, but is too short to really realistically matter.
Yeah, you just hold forward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
No,
Yeah,
I really love how the cycles line up here, but I do think this is like a fun movement stage, but that's coming at this from a speedrunner perspective and a really experienced speedrunner perspective. I think most people just kind of think this is and probably really hard.
I don't know.
Yeah, no,
I
like
follow
Greg
the
said,
stage.
this is
Perhaps.
definitely a big wall.
I like this podcast episode because you get Helix the speedrunner, and then you get like everyone else who's like
Yeah.
pretty casual, and then I'm like
I'm a
I'm like
speedrunner.
somewhere in between where I could
Not a good
Yeah.
I'm pretty alright at the game.
I was gonna say there's varying levels because I think Helix is the ceiling. Helix is the speedrunner. Then you and Ninja are like up there. Greg and I are a little more casual. I don't know where Vivian lands on the scale.
Well, Vivian can beat the game with every UI known to man. So
That's
Oh no,
true.
that was
So
that
she's-
was two. That was two.
Well, I know what you mean. Look, listen. But yeah, it's like I do enjoy a good invasion, but on OG Deluxe it is psychotic because of the way that
Ooh.
game works.
I'm good at that stage in OG Deluxe. I don't know. Maybe it's
Vivi,
just-
I want to see you play Monkey Ball 1. If you ever play Monkey Ball 1, like, ping me, please.
Yeah, absolutely. I need to.
that would roll.
I play a lot of 2 and not 1, so you're gonna see that I
What a
actually suck
tragedy.
at it.
It's funny. I play a lot of 1 and
1 is my
I play a
favorite.
little bit of 2.
Two's
I
two's
like
two's the
one
one
a
I
lot.
grew up with
That's
first.
fair.
So
I
I
grew up
think
with them,
Invasion's
but
like an
yeah.
A tier.
I get back to playing
honest.
one.
Yeah, A tier
Got a master.
invasion.
A
I think
tier.
it's
I
an
would have given
A.
it B, but
Okay,
sure.
I'm good with that. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's a good A.
A tier's
I
good.
like this one. I give it like the lowest A tier. I think it's a good stage.
What can I say? I enjoy my monkey balls.
I kind of like the
monkeys
masochistic
apes.
stage a little bit. I don't know.
All right,
They're fun.
diving is
A stage in the
A
game.
stage.
This is
Yeah.
a level in
This
the
sure
game,
exists.
you know.
it's very funny in Deluxe where it is a hold up.
I was gonna mention that. It's
So
silly,
low
like-
C guys.
I love how
or-
Banana Mania
It's not
literally
very
like
good.
pauses during the intro to make sure the cycle isn't too easy. I think.
Actually, wait a minute. Hold on.
So gross.
I need to look at something.
Yeah, please.
Wait, no, I think that it does. I was doing something on this stage before, and I remember it did pause, but that might have been something else.
That-
Never mind, ignore me.
Okay. I know in Deluxe the cycle's really funny. I don't know that's all I gotta say about it.
Again,
That
this
is
is one of
pretty
those
funny.
stages that when you actually decide to go for the bananas, it becomes somewhat interesting.
Yes,
Say-
that's
Yeah,
true.
yeah, that gives it a little more
Yeah.
depth.
I understand it. It's like you could get the goal, or you get a bunch of bananas for your run. Like I get it. It's just
I
Yeah.
also have a fun fact as well
It's
on this
okay.
stage is that the bumpers are the Space One bumpers but recolored because if it was the water bumpers, it would make the game lag.
that's really
Oh,
interesting.
that's
Actually. That's actually
interesting.
really interesting. That's
I
cool.
had not thought about that.
That's cool.
That's interesting.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Wow.
There's
That's
just too many of them.
called good programming because I don't know.
They did. Yeah, no, this game frame rate solid. They nailed it.
That's cool.
Except on the PAL version.
Wait.
Oh yeah, I could see that.
Oh no, it's like a
think
C
it's,
tier.
actually, I think
Uh,
it's just a
whatever.
no, it is definitely no. I think it is. It might be tram that lags on the PAL version, but there's one stage that like there's a pause strat that's not possible on the PAL version.
Oh, that's interesting. Actually,
That's interesting.
Probably Tram knowing
Yeah,
that.
that's probably tram.
Yeah, this sounds like a C level.
Yeah, it's a C.
Yeah,
Yeah, I give it a C.
definitely.
Putting
It's
it
just
in
unremarkable.
like here. It's fine.
You guys
it's
like
whatever.
floor
Okay.
slant. Well, how
I-
about floor bent?
I hate the
or is it bent
stage.
floor?
I actually
don't remember.
It's floor slant. I think or something like that. It's
No,
like
it's something. It's something. Yeah, it's something.
I think
something like
it's
that.
Force Land. This
Slant.
This one's like
This one's
weird
alright.
because like
I hate-
I'm usually pretty
I
good
hate
at
the
it, but
stage.
sometimes I'll land just slightly wrong enough to where like my momentum's just fucked and I just fall
I hate
off.
the
I
Yeah,
actually think the
I've had
stage
that
is
happen
really
too.
cool for multiple reasons. It's another one of those that definitely like tries to teach you speedrunning, sorta. But you can play it casually, and then
Yeah.
you're like fighting against the slope, which is not something you do too
Yeah.
often, especially when you're trying to like do a controlled descent on a steep slope.
Yeah.
But it's another one of those that it never feels unfair in my opinion.
I do
agree.
think
I
that
guess.
making the speedrun strat easier is you have to fall underneath the wire instead of
Yeah.
like over it.
Yeah.
Because if you aim for the banana bunch, you're gonna get party balled likely.
Yeah, most likely. But I think this is an A tier.
I think this is pretty good. I think even
Pretty
playing
solid.
it casually is not that bad. But
I
if
think-
you're daring enough,
I'd put it in B,
I've never
but
liked this
I
game.
think
I'm
it's
fine.
the,
B's
in an
good.
angle where you can recover regardless of where you are. Like, I think it's one of those slopes.
I
Yeah.
think that's that theory.
it's definitely hard.
Just go like down
Yeah,
here.
you can.
But it's
You can climb this slope. This is climbable.
I love the Engage version where it's like almost completely flat. It's a great stage. I love the Engage. I need to show Helix Engage after this. I don't know how much you know about Engage, but it's
I know almost nothing about Engage.
Oh, that's gonna be what we're doing after this, 'cause it's so good.
Let's go.
Okay, you can't.
Ninja's just gonna
You
cruise
can
through
kind of
them.
recover, but it is pretty hard.
But yeah, I'll give it. I don't know. Are you feeling A or B? I guess.
I'm feeling B.
I'm
I
feeling
like
B.
high B.
I'm feeling A.
I'll give like
A or B?
yeah,
High
I'll put
B,
there.
low A.
It's fine.
Alright.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
Yeah, bump it up there.
Please
Yeah.
don't. Yeah, it's fine. Okay.
Yeah, there we go.
All right. Is this tram? I'm not
Tram.
Sure. Okay.
Oh god.
This stage is fun. It's a good stage.
This is
Tram
this
trains.
is this is at a point that I gotta be
Sorry.
honest. As a baby, I don't reach that often.
This stage has definitely caused many a game over for me.
I'm not exactly
Yeah.
the biggest tram fellow over here.
I've played it.
I
and
wouldn't
I
call
don't
this
know
like a
if I
wall
like
stage,
it.
but like if there's like a tier below like a wall level, it'd be
Yeah.
this. Like I
Yeah.
struggle with this one a lot still.
A lot
It's
of
just
it.
that ending, like the ending with like that bump on the tram.
Yeah,
Yeah,
That's,
a lot of it.
It's
A lot of it for me is I'll already be pretty worn down on lives by this point, so I'll only have like a couple tries, and then it's like, oh, okay, well, they got me.
So the ending of this stage,
Yeah.
where the last platform was just a little bit too high to like comfortably, easily get up onto it,
Yeah.
that really brings it down for me. Because
Yeah.
then, that's one of those things that does feel unfair in my opinion.
Yeah.
I would agree.
It does, because like sometimes like if you just barely miss the amount of momentum you need, you're just screwed. Like you just get shoved
I
off.
feel like in,
Because there's
And then
you
you die,
have no
so.
chance to recover it.
in
basically.
Deluxe, it's honestly pretty
Yeah,
fair.
no.
It's just in one, like it's awful.
Yeah.
It's pretty rough in one.
But that's really my only concern with it. I don't think it's bad otherwise. I think it's a somewhat unique concept.
Yeah, otherwise I'd like
I'd
this
give,
stage
give like
more.
a B tier. To be honest, I think it's fun enough. But I
I'd
don't,
go
fair.
C or B.
Fair enough.
I don't really
Yeah,
like
low
hate
B.
it. Yeah, I'll give it like
B tier
There.
trams rights.
Trams are
Trams right and trams wrong.
Heck yeah.
yeah.
It's true.
Next is what's it called again?
Swing bar long.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It is actually a level, unlike regular swing bar.
This I hated this stage as a kid.
Yeah.
Like, I remember as a kid, we were trying to get through expert using like infinite continues, and this is when we had to give up because we didn't know you could just slow down.
This is one of those stages where if a casual can get through exam C and tracks, this is an invasion. This is the next wall,
This stage
which is surprising because it's really not.
it's
that
not
bad.
that bad, but it's just kind of
It
I could
trips
see
you
it being a
up,
casual
yeah.
wall,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I definitely don't think of it that way though. I kind of view this as like a breather level, honestly, after Tram.
Well,
I
it,
don't-
it really just depends on if you know how to handle it or not.
yeah.
Yeah.
If you know how to handle it, it's not hard. But if
Yeah.
you don't,
If you don't,
then yeah,
it's
a
over.
wall.
It's literally over.
Because it,
Because like what you have to do is like almost like what would normally would like send you over the edge. Like you have to be
Yeah.
like holding like almost straight right, and you think you're gonna fall off, but it's the only thing you can actually do to not like get shoved off the opposite direction. It's just kind of
it,
yeah, I don't
it
know.
tests a somewhat specific skill set that other levels don't necessarily test. Swing bar is supposed to test it, but it doesn't because it's too short.
I like this level. It's a fun level.
Yeah, I do too.
It's one of those like
I'd say
it's one of
A
those
tier.
ingeniously simple
Ooh,
ones.
A.
I think it's.
I don't think
I
it's
know,
fun
bold
enough
choice.
to give it A. In my
I think it's good
opinion,
enough to be
but-
A.
Yeah, I think the fact
That's
that it does
fair.
test that specific skill set that most of the rest of the game doesn't kind of propels it up there.
It is designed well enough. I'm going to say yeah, A. That is an
Okay.
A for sure.
Cool.
Yeah. For now. Paperwork. It's kind of neat. It feels more like a
alright.
bonus stage than like an actual stage, but I mean it's fine.
I
Little
know, but it's
bit.
fun.
Yeah.
I just like.
I
doing
like it.
I like
Going
it.
fast is interesting.
I was about to say it's a fun
Yeah.
movement
Stage.
stage. Yeah.
I can't
this-
I like
wait.
going for. I usually go for one of like the banana paths too. I don't do both, but
Shout out to the engage
Yeah,
version of
just
stage. I'm not gonna say anything else. I'm just gonna say that now. Just you'll know.
I do
sorry.
I do appreciate a good banana level where you know you can get some free bananas if you need some extra.
Yeah.
Although it's very stressful when you get to the end. Sometimes, well,
That last
with
slope.
lesser skill, the last slope is scary.
Pretty wild.
Yeah, this last slope is actually, if you don't know how to take it, it can be pretty terrifying, especially if you like don't get a proper run up.
Yeah.
That's a good point. This is another like B
B-ish.
tier for me
It's a
though.
B-
I
it's
think
a
it's
B tier.
relatively fun, pretty
B seems
mindless.
fair.
Yeah.
yeah, that's fair.
The middle expert is definitely a lot more solid than
I'd put it
like
high
the
B,
like,
though.
middle advanced. I will say that.
Well, middle advanced, you skip half of it.
And middle advanced
That's
sucks.
true.
That's why you skipped half of it.
Well, Advanced is designed to be skipped. Like,
Kinda.
Twin attacker is a great level. I would say.
Twin attacker is an S for me. It's one of my favorites in the game.
It's at least an A.
this is the last like big wall
This
level
stage,
until
it
extra kind of chills
basically just
out.
teaches you micro adjusting as a concept in like the game. You don't really
That's
know
true.
Also,
This is
the sound
another
effects.
stage.
This is. I love this stage. I've always loved this stage.
And also, fun fact that I learned for certain ROM hacking purposes that I may or may not be doing, you can land on the twin attackers.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can.
Oh yeah, I saw.
And
That's cool.
boy oh boy, those hitboxes where you land on them aren't representative of what the model actually is.
Yeah.
Oh god.
It's funny because I played a stage on PS2 once. I got it like first try in a run. I was like, okay, like on PS2,
Also-
all right. On PS2,
This is another one of
sure.
those stages that I think does kind of test. Like you said, it teaches you micro adjustments, and there aren't a ton
Yeah.
of stages in this game that actually do that.
Yeah.
Also, I think the bunches at the end give it more depth.
That's
because
true.
you,
Yeah.
if you want them, you
Yeah,
can't
for
just fly into
sure.
the goal like it looks like you
Yeah.
need to. And I ended up in there anyway.
you
on my
kinda gotta
screen
go
share,
around.
but,
Sure.
like you actually have to slow down and manage to go around the goal, which is not that easy.
Yeah.
I also have another fun fact for everyone is that you can't beat the stage without collecting a single banana because there is a static banana right at the end that is overlapped with a moving banana. It's interesting.
Oh,
That is a little
that's
interesting.
funny.
The stage is goated. I don't know.
However,
Yeah, I put a nest here.
if that banana was not there, you could beat this stage without collecting bananas, and that is an interesting
Oh
challenge.
yeah, I never paid attention to that. That's really funny.
I kind of want to give it S tier, but that's just me.
I already gave it S tier in my head.
I said S tier.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I always
That's
always
fine.
appreciate the
Don't expect
less
that,
is
sure.
more kind of design aspect of Monkey Ball 1. I feel like stages like this really showcase it, being like,
Yeah, good point.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a lot of the S tier is just stuff like
Yeah.
that where it's kind of distilled.
Next is blatant advertising. Let's go.
Sega
Yeah.
logo.
I love
Always
this.
my
Self
favorite level.
promo.
I
The
love this
collision
stage.
in this game is not good enough for this level to exist.
Yeah, it's way better in deluxe.
Yeah.
Like, way better.
It is fun to just bounce around on, but when you're trying to actually beat it,
yeah, it's pretty
It's
rough.
scary.
Yeah, it is. It is a scary level.
It's-
Like it shouldn't be hard. Like sometimes I'll go in and I'll just first try it, and usually I don't have a problem with it. But then sometimes I'll just get like a streak of unlucky runs on it and lose all my
That
lives.
E to
and
G
it's like, okay.
transition is rough.
yeah.
Oh my god, yeah.
It's at least bonus points for being able to bounce off the registered trademark.
Interestingly,
Always
I
good.
think this is supposed to be a harder version of Beginner 9.
Maybe.
Yeah, it is. I
Yeah,
believe.
maybe.
Because it has the exact same beginning.
It
I
does,
think
which is
I think in
interesting.
Monkey Ball Arcade there's a little toggle for hard mode switch, and I think when you have the hard mode switch on, Advanced 19 jump double turns into this. I think.
That's actually better.
Okay, that's,
that's
really
interesting.
funny, actually.
I don't know. This stage is like a D tier.
Yeah, I actually don't like it. This was. It's,
I don't know.
Yeah, it's funny in concept, but I don't know if that exactly.
I love that
translates
someone
in
literally just
execution.
stole the logo for a second. I was like, yeah, I'll make it into a stage. Why not? Yeah,
Custom levels have really made me not like logo levels anymore.
whatever.
But
Yeah. It's a bit
Yeah.
of a gimmick.
It's fair. It's
Shouts
fair.
to Realism from Junior. I like that stage too.
Realism from Junior
God.
with the really ridiculously hard banana bunch.
Yeah, I love that stage. It's very stupid, but I love that.
All right, next is Snake, which is like
I like the stage.
it's kind of neat.
All right.
I described the stage
Yeah.
as quaint. I don't know.
It's quaint.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's a good
Just a
word.
nice
It's a
stage.
quaint little stage.
It's fun
little
because
stage.
you
It's like a
have to move with the snake as it goes along.
Yeah.
This is another.
Yeah, it's fun to try and grab all the bananas too, because it's it's pretty easy to do, but it's also easy to like just miss one, So I don't know.
This is another one of those unique, but like actually pretty fun levels.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like high B tier. It's like
It's
this
unique,
tier.
simple, and
Maybe,
fun.
yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Also, if you're really ridiculous with it, you can just go do clips and get like a 27, which is absurd.
Always rules.
It's usually gonna go one way, I imagine.
All right, next is Wind,
The stage-
or if you want to be me as a child, Wind.
The stage kind of sucks.
The stage is not good.
There is one normal shortcut that everybody could do, and that's then
That's
there's
it. Then
the
there's
ridiculous
task
pause strat.
shortcut.
There are fun movement levels in this game, and then there's this stage.
Maybe
Yeah.
maybe potentially this could be the first F if Middle Jam wasn't.
Honestly, I think I might agree.
I wouldn't put this in F.
It's just egregiously boring. Like it's
This,
way too
again,
long.
I'm only putting an F due to boredom reasons, like Middle Jam in my head. Where this could reasonably
that's
be
true.
D, but it's only F because it's boring.
When you die on the stage,
I
it's
guess
not
so,
because
yeah.
you actually failed. It's because you got so bored that you like zoned out and fell off.
Yeah, even in speedruns.
It's never like from your own fault. It's too long. It's way too long.
It's long and it's not that hard if you know what if you're good at the game.
It's not
I
that
guess.
hard. The skip that's actually viable for anybody who isn't like a masochist is kind of boring.
Kinda mid, yeah.
I felt like there's more that they could probably have done here that they just kind of didn't do.
It's a big old yawn.
As a fan of niche weird challenges, you can absolutely pick up 0 bananas in this stage.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
What a 0 banana runners
Dark
out there.
Banana Gaming, yeah.
I already told you can't do it.
I
though.
know, it's a joke, Dar.
It's a joke. It's a funny little joke.
Minimum bananas.
I'm willing to say
Mid
F tier,
banana.
just out of pure like boredom, to be honest.
That's fair,
I'm not even gonna
whatever.
argue with that.
It's probably very like high F, but still it's an F. Bye.
I sometimes enjoy doing the movement here, but that's because I just really like playing this game. I think objectively it's just not good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those like it
Stockholm
goes
again.
in F tier, but I'm not like angry. I'm not hated.
Yeah, not like
Yeah.
No,
I'm
it's
bored.
just so uninteresting. Like, it doesn't make you mad. It's just like sleepy.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's middle jam tier for me.
What's
Alright,
this?
next up is Sliders, which is
Fine.
So good.
pretty fun.
I like that.
White Castle.
I like
Yeah, I like this one.
If you're not a speedrunner, it's alright. It's fine. Whatever.
Yeah. For sure.
This is one of those stages where being a speedrunner has made me like it a lot more.
Yeah.
I don't. That's not going to be the case for everybody, and I recognize that. But the speedrun strat here is just so absurdly fun.
I mean, it looks more fun
ever
than playing the stage normally. So.
Ever since I was a kid and found that video titled Best Super Monkey Ball Part 2, the way they did the stage, even if it might have been pause buffered, it was still like pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't even do it right now. What a tragedy.
Let's go.
I don't know
playing
how
so
to
much Monkey Ball
explain
too.
it. This almost kind of feels like a level that could work in Monkey Ball 2.
Yeah, it
I
basically
could
is a
see
Monkey
it,
Ball 2
yeah.
level. It's kind of like 8 rings, except not, as Mescus.
Yeah, just because it's really
I'm a big fan.
it's very speed and physics focused.
And also,
Yeah.
there's a beginner's trap where if you aren't going fast enough, you barely have enough speed to make it to the next level.
Yeah. I think it's like a mid C. I'll be honest. It's just alright.
See? Ooh.
See?
I guess
I'd give it a B.
It's like a B.
fine. I'll do
Slide levels are cool.
I'll do low B. Fine.
Fine.
Like,
I
there's
suppose.
I'm wrong.
There's
It's
nothing wrong with
okay.
it, and it can be really fun. So.
That's true. Yeah, true.
Yeah.
Fall down.
Fall down is like an early advanced stage for some reason. It's just delaying the game. It's like it's fine.
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's a bonus stage in disguise.
Yeah, basically.
Kinda.
It's just a breather stage. It's just there so you can like not go insane. Yeah.
That's probably true.
I like that it uses the minimap, kinda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool, yeah.
Should have been.
I like that
Yeah.
you can just fall to the end immediately.
Yep.
It's
Yeah.
Monkey Ball 1 has this weird camera thing where the camera can never point directly downwards. And even on this stage, it's not really a problem because there are just so few like falling stages in this game. But like also just use the minimap.
Yeah,
True.
and the gaps aren't even that big of a gap anyway.
Exactly, that's my point.
But I will say this is pretty C tier.
It's pretty C tier. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's in
Pretty
like
true,
it's in like this bridge. There you go. Wide. What's it called? I don't remember anyway.
it doesn't have a speedrun strat that saves it.
Twin Cross is another one of my favorites.
Twin
because it's
Cross-
more technical.
Is very much like I went to my game maker engine and made this in Roblox in like 5 minutes, but it's a cool stage. It's a fun stage. I do like the stage.
It gives a little Roblox.
It's fun.
For sure.
It's very fun. I've always liked this one. I always liked like the cornering stages.
It's fun to try and go really fast on the thin path and skip everything, hopefully.
Yeah, that's true. I should.
Going slow in the thin path is a terrible idea. Like, I don't know what's going on there, but
But the
you
bananas.
can even go pretty fast on the skip everything on the thick path.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is one of those where collision can kind of bite you in the butt sometimes, but
Yeah.
it happens. I mean... Oh, also, we gotta talk about the fallout plane here. You can fall out and still go in the goal.
That's true.
Yeah. My favorite thing ever is how, for whatever reason, it seems like the Fallout plane is the exact height of the goal platform, so if you get a little bit of, like, off the platform and then roll back, you will be dead but alive.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's annoying.
I don't know why they did that. It's really funny.
I think it's an A or S to me.
An S. I don't know if it's that good.
I like it a
I don't
lot.
think
It's
an
fun.
S.
I think it's an A.
Give it like an A. I think
can
it's like
see
an
A tier.
invasion tier.
I feel like S, it has to hit like a lot of notes at once.
Yeah.
I guess so.
That's
So,
fair.
you know what? I retract it.
It can't look
A.
like it comes from Roblox Escape Bowser's Castle Obby.
Yeah.
Be-
So
it's just not.
the thing about our S tier stages is they all either like very well test something that isn't normally tested, or they're just like the best in class at their specific thing.
Yeah.
I don't think I can
Yeah.
say that about this
Yeah.
level.
Yeah.
I like this one. I forgot what it's
Spiral
called.
Hard is
Yeah, that one.
Spiral
Cinnamon
the
roll.
better.
It's Spiral again. Yep,
Yeah.
I agree.
Spyro.
Spyro.
yeah,
So you
I'm
I
just
got him.
got off your Spyro games. It's okay.
Put Spyro in
You're
the
making
ball.
me want to play Spyro.
It's
I got one. I have a PS4 copy.
it's still pretty tricky to do it the normal way because it gets kind of thin-ish.
yeah.
And then the speedrun strat is just the exact same thing
Yeah.
as regular
Yeah.
Spiral. I'm only saying it's just better than Spiral because it's a bit more challenging, but in like a
It's-
not stupid way.
It's more
Yeah.
engaging for
Yeah.
sure.
yeah.
I
I would
I
agree.
hit the goalpost when I was just playing it now,
Oh,
so
yeah.
like the end is
Yeah.
challenging.
I what? Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
So
A.
wait, oh we ranked it already.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's high
okay.
B. Yeah.
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 Oh,
It's right
conveyor
above
parts.
regular.
I like
Spyro.
conveyor parts.
I don't like conveyor parts.
Oh.
The sound of hundreds of my speedruns all crying out in pain.
I like it.
Oh.
It's entirely the stage where if you do it the normal way, you're there for like 5 hours, and it's like, okay, this isn't that hard, but it's boring.
That is
Or
kind of
if you try and do it the fast way, it's Zorp City where you don't like get it half the time.
Yeah.
I think it's funny because I use that as an
I have a
example in a
love-hate
video.
relationship with this level because I actually don't think it's that poorly designed. But if you want to speedrun it at all, your only choice is to basically just skip the whole thing because otherwise it takes years, like you said.
That's
so
true. I just like it from like a game design perspective of like, wow, that was kind of clever. Yeah, but
Yeah.
yeah. It's probably like high C, if I'm being honest. If I'd be
I'd
objective
probably
about
put
it.
I mean, I had nothing nice to say about regular conveyor. I'd put this lower.
I don't think this is as good as regular conveyor.
I'll put it
personally.
like below that one, sure. You know what? It's not that good. It's like there.
Gaps.
You know what? It's there. There we go.
I'd be okay with D. I think it's at least worse than normal conveyor.
For real.
Okay. We'll make
Yeah.
it. We'll make it. Yeah. Let's do high D. Why not? Why not?
Yeah.
It's not that good.
Gaps is
Fine.
fine.
Yeah, it's fine. It's perfectly
okay.
fine.
It's the level ever.
It
It's
feels
the
like
level
one of
of all
those. It feels like very much sort of a beginner player knockout stage, kind of in a way, because it's sort of deceptive. In
Yeah,
a way,
it's-
I don't know why. It is.
It's one
just,
of those where it's like
It looks easier than it actually is. Although it's
if
not
you
really that
don't
hard.
know the mechanic, it's probably gonna trip you up a little bit. But if you're this late into expert, you know what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't gonna be a problem.
Yeah.
I think
The
it's
only
like.
time this is ever a problem for me is if I like just aren't if I'm not paying attention. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's just not remarkable.
It's true. I give it like mid B, to be honest.
I'd give it
good.
C, but
Damn.
I don't know. It's not bad. There's nothing wrong with it necessarily. So yeah, that's fair.
I'll get like high C, I guess. I think it fits that a little bit better. Like spikes tier.
curvature.
I like curvature. I think it's an
I
A
like
tier.
curvature. I do think that the beginning is very long for the
Yeah.
wind up for the part that actually matters, but as a Wires fan, you know that I'm already internally putting this around S or A.
I did.
Yeah.
I do like
loses
it.
points for me because of the wind up. Otherwise,
Yeah, that's the only reason why it's not an S. Honestly, it's a good level.
That's fair.
I wouldn't even put it in A.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't even put it in A because I have to play the level for 15 seconds before I get to have any fun.
But the ice area, you get to see the penguins.
That's true. I do like the penguins.
The vibes are off the charts, yeah.
I love the penguins so much.
Just as long as you're not playing OG Deluxe and the music is correct.
As long as I'm not playing Banana Mania curvature, I think I'll be okay.
It loses points for the wind up and then gains points back for the penguins.
fair.
Yeah.
I do think that it's a
Penguin
very
bonus.
bold choice to make a wire that thin with a curve that sharp, but for some reason it just works. Like, you don't really
Yeah.
die on that curve for the most part.
Yeah.
Because I think it's kind of like, if you're holding like left or up left or whatever, right. If you're holding right or up right,
Yeah, if you
You
come at it
just
with a
kinda
certain
do it.
speed, you can just kind of hold a direction and you're fine. But like most players, I don't think are gonna know that. And it's you also gotta like find the speed. It does take a lot of skill. It takes a lot of skill.
This
Then
being on
again,
me,
if
like,
you can beat Exam C, you can beat this level. So
Yeah, for sure.
What were you gonna say, Vivi?
like it being on like an maybe this is just me because I'm stupid and a bimbo, but because it's an ice level, like my brain always like thinks it's supposed to be slippy.
oh
Yeah, no, I was thinking the
Oh,
same
you
thing.
want Imagine?
Sometimes that trips me up. Yeah, it would be so awful.
I would cry. Anyway,
Yeah.
God, could you
Ant
imagine?
Lions. Oh wait, we haven't ranked
Yeah,
this
I
yet.
haven't ranked it yet.
I mean, I'd say like A in my head if you account for the wind up being existing.
it goes in B for me, but
It could be like highest B. to
I'd
be
say
honest, if we're giving it B.
I think I'm getting outvoted.
Yeah, it's
It's
possible.
been a coup. Yeah,
Yeah. I guess
it'll be
Yeah.
low A to compensate.
I'll do like the lowest A.
Sure.
Ant Lion Super is a level that I have feelings about.
I don't know if I hate this level or
Surprisingly.
not. I really don't know.
Sometimes I
It's
get
alright.
memed on by the pillars, and it makes me sad. But then
Yeah, the pillars are kind of ass.
there is like a highway of pillars that just sort of funnels you in a way that you can take it without really getting bumped.
The pillars are tough, but I don't think they're unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's generally
Yeah.
like my philosophy is like, is it unfair? Is it boring? This one
Yeah.
is maybe kind of boring sometimes, but that's definitely like the worst thing about it.
It
I don't
is
think it's that bad.
notably steeper than regular Antlion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I like the challenge that it provides, personally.
Why
And
pull so
you know
low?
what? It's not actually that bad, even if you do get hit with the pillar, because you can rebound off the middle wall and sort of gain some extra height.
Yeah.
Yeah. You-
Sometimes, but sometimes you can't rebound that easily, and you're just kind of screwed, which isn't.
You're
great,
not
but,
necessarily
yeah.
dead when you hit a pillar, which I actually think is kind of cool.
I do
We'll
like
get to a level where you are later.
I don't know. I do like this level.
It'll happen.
It's fun.
I just want to point out that we're reaching 2 hours, and remember when we were gonna do deluxe, like all the deluxe stages?
Oh, this is why I warned you all.
And we're gonna have more to talk about when it comes to Monkey Ball 2, because they're more complex.
Yeah, it's true.
Especially because
Oh my god, yeah.
you brought a yapper on. I will talk forever about this game.
It is a
Oh,
joy
yeah,
being
for
an hour
sure.
late, as I'm young and spry and full of life still.
It doesn't feel. No, here's the thing though. It hasn't felt words. It hasn't felt like 2 hours yet.
It really has not.
No, yeah, I had plans today and
No,
they got
no.
canceled, so I'm I'm wide open.
If we were doing deluxe, we would have been at the end of advanced, and we'd be like, "Kill me now."
I'm feeling like a high B. Honestly, it's a good stage.
I think it's a B tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
You go like
I advocated for it, but I'm not gonna say put it in A. I think it's a B tier.
I'll go like high B, like above full slant.
Drums.
The stage kind of sucks. I hate
I
the
like
stage.
playing the
This stage.
I don't think it's bad.
This stage on both 1 and deluxe has cycles that are very tolerable and like make it so you don't have to wait on them, which is very nice.
Yeah, that's true.
There is also a hidden AV logo in the middle drum. You can kind of see through the transparency
yeah.
there. That rules.
Yeah, any
I don't-
amusement vision.
Oh, that is
mention
really cool.
Is S tier.
And also, it's 3 free banana bunches as well if you're doing survival.
I think it's another one of those levels that kind of tests a skill that isn't normally tested. I'm not gonna say it does it fantastically, but I don't think it's bad at all.
I think Monkey Ball.
Yeah, it's one of
Monkey
those.
Ball 2 does cylinder balancing tests a little bit better.
Yes, I would agree with that.
Yeah.
In fact, I think this is like one of the only times in this game where you have to balance on cylinders.
It's.
I was about to
yeah,
say,
it's
like,
not
I feel
common
like
in this game.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't really have
I'd
an
say
opinion on this
maybe-
stage.
Maybe honestly, like though, it's like maybe it is a C tier just because it is the cycle lines up so nicely every time.
I think it's at least.
I feel like it's just a very mid-stage, personally.
Yeah, I don't have any.
It's like okay.
it's at least C in my opinion. I don't think it does anything bad enough.
Yeah.
I guess. I don't know.
Very C.
Twister, aka Twist and Spin.
The stage kind of sucks.
This is another level that exists.
If you do it the casual way, you are going to be here for hours.
This one is F. This is such a boring stage.
Oh,
It's at least a D. At least
At
a D
least a
alone.
D because
D.
it
What?
needs going
It's a D.
at least.
it's not long enough to be F.
Yeah, it's at least the D because the
Not
speedrun
enough.
strat is genuinely pretty easy and pretty fun.
Yeah.
Fair.
Not
It's
enough
not- it's
pain
not
and
good, though.
strife.
I
It's
want
a
to give
really
like a
approachable speedrun strat.
Give me
Like,
a
I
low
think
D.
just about
Give us
anybody
the-
could pick this up and do it.
This was one of the
without
speedrun
having
strats
to
I could do
trouble.
as a kid. Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
it's one of those.
I thought that was the way
Damn.
that you were supposed to
I always
do
do
it.
it the slow way, so now I
I
feel
don't know,
bad.
soft screen's better, so I gotta say about
I
that.
will say the deluxe cycle is way better with the speedrun strat because it lines up way more nicely than on 1.
Yeah.
I disagree. You have to do some weird crap in the deluxe thing to make it work nicely.
Really?
In 1, I can just like boost right and then go, and it's amazing.
I guess it kind of works for me both the same way. But yeah, don't do it the normal way unless you're really worried about dying because this thing is slow.
Not to invalidate your opinion, by the way. If you have an easier time with this in deluxe, that's totally fair.
I mean,
Yeah.
okay, when I say deluxe, I'm talking about deluxe and 2, the ROM hack.
I play normal
yeah,
deluxe.
me too. Because
but
it's
I
still
don't
the
know.
same cycle there.
But
Alright, Speedy Jam is not Middle Jam and is actually interesting.
it's middle jam but fun.
It's a little
That's,
better.
that's the difference.
It's fine.
It's at least test your skills on like middle jam, which test your
Yeah,
patience.
like the
So-
middle
Yeah.
part is at least a little bit threatening.
It's like, dang, I might actually.
I think this is another one of those levels where you can pretty much just put it right above like the easier version. Like it's like
Yeah.
it's slightly
at least
better.
see
Honestly, I
the-
still would. I'd say it's at least a C, unless not like a D tier, like Middle Jam.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah. Okay. I forgot we put it that low.
Low C.
But I don't know.
Yeah.
I can win
it's-
these.
C is fine. It's very okay.
You know what?
Yeah,
There is one
it's alright.
benefit to a Middle Jam in Deluxe is that it's in the Storm theme, so it's all the flame bumpers.
Yeah, you get to look at the cool flame bumpers and the
Mm,
legs.
true.
Speaking
Yeah.
of things getting, you know what, bad in Deluxe, Quake.
I love this cycle in Monkey Ball 1 and I hate it in deluxe. And I think that's how most
The
people
deluxe
feel.
cycle is abysmal. It's actually abysmal.
It's so bad. You have to
Yeah.
wait like 4 seconds in deluxe before anything happens.
I know. This stage
In
is like a
Monkey Ball
C-
1, you
doing
hold
here?
forward and it's like, hee.
I don't know. This stage is like a C tier even waiting for me. I don't know. Just whatever.
It's a C tier in deluxe for sure. Maybe even.
Yeah, it's a B tier in Monkey Ball 1 also because it goes,
Yeah.
"Whoa."
It doesn't.
I think it's the mushroom jumping sound effect from Sonic
It
and
sounds like
Knuckles.
it.
I'm like 99%
It
sure.
does sound like that.
Like the only benefit
Yeah.
of Deluxe is that you can like hop behind like the guardrail to skip one platform, but it's like ugh.
Yeah, it's just.
It's not. Lowest
if
B
we
tier.
average it out, maybe it's like a C or a low B. Yeah, that's fine.
There we go.
Cassiopeia is
Cool. Stage. I like the stage.
it's I think it's pretty C tiery because it just kind of exists.
It's super
I
C
agree.
tier, but
Yeah, very like breather
the
level.
most notable thing about it is that the goal is not on the floor; it is hovering in the
yeah,
air.
it is hovering in the air.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's
forget about that.
interesting.
It's like a high
It's
C.
very
It's
okay.
like right there. Good enough.
Just
Castle.
exists.
It's just there.
It is hovering, that's fine.
Pirates, yar. Baby.
Why is it called that?
Yarr.
Because of those like amusement park rides that go back and forth.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah,
That's
that
why.
makes
Also,
sense.
that's why later
Yeah.
on Coffee Cup is called Coffee Cup because
It
it's
look-
the teacup rides.
It looks
Oh,
like
that's
an
cute.
Engage version of the pirate ship, right?
It's an
Johnny
N-Gage
knows what I'm
version
talking
of
about.
itself.
Yeah, basically.
I think
I
this
know.
one's alright.
It's alright. It's like a. I don't know.
It's
It's
fine.
another like just kind of
It
C
is
tier.
one
Yeah,
of those
fun.
levels where you skip one platform, but then you try to skip the other one and you die. because
I put it in the
we're doing
exact
right.
same spot as this, like the exact same.
It gives similar vibes. It's just the level ever. It's very okay.
It's very
Yeah.
weird.
I feel very
Yeah.
different about it.
There's like the
All
point of
open.
expert where you're like, you already know you're gonna win. It's just-
Yeah.
Yeah, bowl open.
I gotta head out, guys, but I wish you all the best of luck on the rest
Understood.
of it.
That's so
Alright.
fair.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
See you,
Adios.
Greg.
Thank you.
See you, Greg.
Johnny, thanks for replacing me.
Yes, hello, it is I, John
I held down the
Cubes.
fort at the beginning. You hold down the end.
Yes, yes. Once we get through the expert slog, I will have opinions to give.
yeah.
All right.
Sounds good.
See you, Greg.
See you guys.
Yeah.
Bye.
We're almost done with expert. We're almost
Yeah,
there.
We're
yeah,
getting
on
Alright,
bowl
alright.
open, which is bowl but better.
It's is it? I guess.
Well,
think it's
okay, to
better.
me it is.
I like this one.
I think it's
Yeah.
better.
Just alright.
It honestly, like at this point in the game, Yeah, it better be like this.
It
better be harder.
I kind of want to put it like one tier above Bull. I don't know.
I will say though
That's
that
fine.
the skip to bounce into the goal is a little bit more involved because I think
Yeah.
now you actually have to bounce off the rim,
Yes.
which is
Yes, you do.
more interesting actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, so for those who have no idea what we're talking about, on Bowl, the goal is physically closer, so you can just jump from the starting platform directly into the goal. You cannot do that on Bowl Open.
Yeah.
If you want to do this really fast, you have to bounce on the edge, which is actually really hard.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's like you said. It better be by this point.
Yeah.
Like, I hope so.
No, if you could jump directly to the goal on this version of the stage, that would be terrible. It'd be so dumb.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
This one.
It
Checker.
reminds me. Oh, sorry.
Go first, Vivian.
Yeah. Come on.
Oh no, I was just gonna say it kind of feels like a beta serial jump almost to me. from
Yeah.
Monkey Ball 2.
Kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
Really?
sorry. Keep going.
You
Uh,
good?
Checker.
yeah, I guess you're
It's,
Checker.
they remembered warp goals existed,
Finally.
and it's the last time you'll see a red one.
It's kind of cool. I like that it's diagonals, although it's just kind of whatever. It's like a B
I like
tier.
that there's a lot of bananas.
That's true.
This
That's
is another really fun movement stage,
That's
but you
true.
have to be really good at the game to take advantage of it.
Yeah, it's also one
Yeah.
of those you can get to the red goal in 2 seconds if you bounce right.
Yeah.
I kind of want to give it like a B tier. Like, it's just whatever.
Although it's genuinely not that. I feel like if you were to do it, if you were going for the red goal, it's easier to do it than the green goal because the green goal is a little bit more involved for going straight forward.
Yeah,
Well, the red goal is just go to the blue goal and then take a couple more turns.
that's true.
Yeah.
Also, score ILs on the stage are really fun. I don't know if that should be factored in at all, but I wanted to say it.
It's
is
fair.
It's fun, but it's you know,
It's all
a
that
tier
matters.
upper.
It does give points.
All right, where do we put in it?
I don't know.
B.
C.
A.
C,
Oh,
B,
B.
maybe.
That would be high B. Yay, we did it. Woo! Anyway.
Unanimous.
Actually,
Wait.
I'm coming back. Actually,
Welcome back!
I'm back.
Yay!
I was gonna go like exercise, but then I thought about it and I was like, I'd rather just keep ranking levels. Actually,
Gotta do both.
I was like, I don't need to exercise.
This is a
today.
mental exercise. Okay?
You only
You're
missed
fine.
it.
You're exercising your mind.
Yeah.
I figured I only
Yeah.
left less.
We're ranking
or
carpet
missed two
now.
levels.
What's your thoughts on carpet? That's what it's
Carpet
called.
is
Wait.
like
Hmm.
it's
Kinda
like a D
boring.
tier, but I also don't hate the level because you can do interesting things if you try to go fast.
I don't hate it. It's a little bit more skill based than the other like boring levels, but it's just I don't know. It's fine. It's like
As a
a
casual player, this is
Fine.
absolutely a D or an F because it is like the most slow, boring imaginable. But
might
if you
even-
try to go fast, maybe
Even
C.
as a
Also, the
speedrunner.
goal is floating in this one too.
I might give it like
Is
the
it?
lowest C if I'm being really
I'm fairly
generous.
certain that that is floating. Let me look at that again.
I would give it a D personally. I think even as a speedrunner this level, there's a pause strat that makes it cool, but I don't really want to.
I like the reverse mode version of it in Banana Mania. that's
the
better.
reverse version is kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess I'll give it like a higher D tier.
Yeah,
probably
it's like it's
fair.
somewhere in the D's.
Unless Johnny's gonna.
High
yeah.
D is fine.
And
I
it's
don't, I don't
also-
have any hot takes for this one. I'm sorry
Okay.
to say.
Also, it's a level that you never see because you just skip it.
Yeah.
I was about to
for
say
good reason.
I hardly ever play
Sure.
this one. But
And then we
For
got
good reason,
this
honestly,
one.
it
I don't know the
deserves
name
to be
of
Ridge.
Ridge Racer.
This
on
one's kind of
PS1.
sad that you
Ridge
skip it
Racer.
because it is a bit interesting.
Actually, yeah, this is another one like cylinder movement. They're not moving cylinders, but you still do.
It's
movement on
also
cylinders, and
it's also
fun.
not really a true cylinder either. I
it's
think
not.
It's like
because
half cylinder.
yeah, like well, no, I meant mainly because the top part is I think flatter
Oh.
than the rest of it.
I
if
think
that
that's
makes
like the
sense.
point of the color difference, but I might be wrong. I
Actually,
don't know.
no, I hold on, I'll investigate. I think they
Detective.
no, there
Dara.
isn't anything weird. I think that
think
this
it's
is
pretty
in fact
normal.
just one cylinder.
I think it's just a
a
C.
big
Yeah.
cylinder.
I think it's a. Speaking of cylinder, it's a C tier for cylinder.
There is an interesting.
I'm
skip.
good with that.
I don't know. I don't have.
I think it might be. Well, I think it might be a B tier. I do have fun just like playing this level sometimes.
I don't know. I do also consider how late it is an expert. That's one thing I consider with this level. That's like
You can
That's
build up
true.
some speed around the big curve and bounce off the side of the beginning to skip the other half of the level.
that's kind of
Yeah,
cool.
which is actually pretty fun.
And then I'm sure that there's also
hard
a way
though.
to do it with like magic and not have to build up speed at all.
Yeah, there is. There's a pause strat for that.
Gosh.
Go. Pausing. I don't know.
Mixer is next.
We didn't even rank it yet.
I wasn't looking. I thought you said you ranked it already. I think Ridge is like a B.
I think it's
B.
a low B.
Give it lowest B.
Yeah, I guess that's
I would not
fine.
argue with a high C.
That's
but
me
I think
being
it's a low B.
generous. To be
I
honest.
would say high C personally, but
So Mixer. I don't know.
There it
The
is.
stage is
It's
incredibly hard in Monkey
I'm-
Ball.
this is F tier.
I'm giving
This
this
doesn't
F as
work.
well.
Because it doesn't work. You have to wait for cycles and it doesn't work. Like
You have
it
to,
makes-
like-
it annoys me.
The only way
The
to
only-
do it in this game is you have to hold like up left and then it'll work and
Like-
then
like, I'm
Monkey
holding
Ball
up now.
2 / Deluxe it just is free but then in Monkey Ball Arcade it is a complete nightmare because diagonals don't exist.
The only strategy to this level is to go on YouTube, go to like the single tutorial video of it on YouTube, go to the comment section, look at the comment that says tap at 28 seconds and like 20 seconds, and that's the only way you can beat it. That's how I figured it out. Because like if you
Optimal strat.
do it like that, if you tap it like start tapping forward at like those exact split like millisecond points, like you'll get it every time. But I don't know how to do it otherwise. So shout out to that commenter.
I guess it's F. I'm
If it
surprised to see
worked
unanimous
better,
F.
it would be a little better, but even then it would still be boring.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's got nothing going for it. It's not
I'm
even
not
like
gonna
fun
defend this
movement.
name,
It's just
so.
like okay.
It gives you a free bunch at the end. Eh?
Something,
Yeah, it does have
technically.
that going for it.
Yippee.
Has a golf post.
It does. Yeah,
The
that's
Goth
Goth
Post is immediate S tier.
Goth
No
Post.
further questions.
Alright, what's the next one?
Rings.
Rings is
This-
a
I-
classic.
This is A tier. I actually love this level.
It's a good stage. Yeah.
Rings is good.
It's fun. I literally have nothing. I don't even know if I need to elaborate on this.
It's really fun.
It's
I
very
just love
funny
playing this
that
one.
the blue goal is harder than the green goal for
Yeah. Is
reasons
it?
that we'll find out very, very soon.
Yeah.
With their very next F tier entirely happening.
Spoilers.
Yeah, Rings is like
It's a fun
Classic.
slope level. You know.
yeah.
steps is stairs in ball games. So
I kind of like
Oh,
stairs.
pinball
'cause
game.
Is this another F tier?
this is or stairs. My bad. Steps
Stairs
is beginner.
is kind of ingeniously like irritating. It's probably one of the smartest levels in the game, in my opinion.
For
the design.
some reason, it like feels like the texture on the floor is determining what makes it easier to bounce, but that's just not true. That's just not true at all.
That's just
Yeah,
not
I
right.
thought that at first
Superstition with
too.
This level.
I do kind of love how annoying the stage is on purpose. It's like just the right amount of speed you need to bump up.
Also, like the start is in the air. Why are you starting so high?
Yeah. What's up with
Yeah.
that?
It's just to give you momentum, I think. If it's the only
This is absolutely the. We ran out of time and we needed a level to fill in a slot level that I think they said in an interview one time.
Oh, did
If I
they?
could find,
That's
if I could
interesting.
find it, that'd be
Of course,
excellent.
they
But
did.
That sounds about right.
I just, it doesn't work. You don't always get over like, you don't always get over the bump, and even if you did, it wouldn't be fun. What are we
Yeah.
doing here?
It's not great.
How
I
do
think
we
this
live?
is like
Just
F
to
It's
tier.
so bad.
I guess I'll give it
It's
F
better
tier.
in Banana Mania because you actually get over the stair
Give
every
it
time.
highest
Even then,
F
it's
tier.
still really
I have a
boring.
little bit of respect for it, but yeah.
Clover.
Clover is the best reverse mode station.
Clover's fun.
Anyway, it's a decent stage. It's definitely like a high B or low A.
It's fun.
to be
I'd
honest.
say
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
an
for
A.
sure.
Yeah.
It's fun to do movement, and it has some cool skips on it. It's fun. I
We could
enjoy
do
it.
a cool skip to not collect a single banana, which is cool.
Oh yeah, I hadn't even thought about that.
I don't know, Jonii. How's Clover impacted your life in the past 5 years?
Well, you know, I used to live in a world where the little SpongeBob flower thing wasn't a Monkey Ball level, and
Yeah.
now I live in a world where it is.
We probably didn't
And-
live in that world for too long, to be honest.
No, I mean, it's more that I was aware of it, and you know, discovering that has improved my sex life immensely.
Oh, I bet.
So,
Yeah.
yeah. No, it's really something that you know you don't realize is gonna is gonna attract people to you, but it does. You know, just having that knowledge.
I like the idea of Jonii like being at a bar and just being like, "Hey, did you know that SMB Clover kind of looks like the SpongeBob flower?"
Look,
I did meet my
Buys
last
you a
partner
drink.
because I invited a mutual friend to play Monkey Ball, but we'll talk about that some other time.
yeah, Monkey Ball also got me a partner, so
Yeah, no, it's Unironically, it's good for meeting people.
I think
not even just in a
technically-
partner capacity.
You know what? No, I don't think Monkey Ball got me a partner. Marble
Damn.
Blast might have.
It will.
I'll give it lowest A tier. It's fun.
Next
I'm down
up
with
is
that.
Coffee Cup,
This stage
which
kinda
is one of
sucks.
those levels where it's really satisfying when you do the cool thing and not get hit by a bumper.
This one's actually.
Oh
pretty
yeah.
fun. I'm gonna be
You
honest,
just go
like,
right into the goal.
Also, like doing movement here and actually trying to collect the bunches is hard and very satisfying when you get good at it.
I'm a fan.
I am also
I never bother going for the bunches.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the Engage
Most people
version,
don't.
which is a separate issue. It's like
Usually, like by the time you get to this point in expert, like there's not, for me at least, like with the amount of bananas I always end up collecting, like there's not enough bananas after this level to get another extra life. So it's just like, why bother?
That's
Also,
fair.
evil
fair.
flame bumpers.
Because they stopped showing up after like
Evil
I think
flame
extra 8 or
bumpers.
something.
You love them.
Yeah,
I love
Extra
'em.
8 is the last banana stage except for Master 9, which doesn't count.
Yeah, because that
Yeah,
has a
is it-
single banana.
Is that a glitch that there's that single banana? in
No, that was in arcade
I
as
think
well.
Was it?
Interesting.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
I don't know, we're giving it
Yeah,
like
I
low
would give
B or
this a-
high
like a
C.
Just in case you have 99 nans at that point.
I'm feeling B.
I go it
Yeah.
like there. I don't know, not being that generous.
Alright.
Alright.
Metamorphosis. It's a cute way to end
Owns.
expert. It's just a nice.
Yeah, I
little-
like this. This
Yeah,
is like a nice
yeah,
like
it's very
unique
cute.
stage.
Yeah.
Like
Just
you know,
cute,
I
yeah.
think
It's not there to be
this
hard.
one feels like a
indulging.
Monkey Ball 2 stage, which is like it's
Yeah.
like
It's-
one
yeah, kinda.
gimmick, and you just go for it.
And cool
Yeah.
skip.
Yeah.
The
Cool
skip
skip
is
is always,
awesome here, I will say. Although you can't do the skip in deluxe, it's not faster. The cycle doesn't line up for it.
Wow.
Ah, it's so
Aw.
sad.
F.
I want to give it like high, mid B, high B, somewhere around there.
I would even go A. Honestly,
A on
like,
this
it's
one.
A,
kind of
okay.
fun.
I
Give it higher than
don't
curvature
agree,
then.
but sure.
Like, why not?
I like if I'm outvoted, I'm outvoted.
You know what?
It's chill.
It's going right there. It's not that good.
I
thought
can't
about
give it
for a
A
second.
partially because of deluxe.
Oh boy, it's bonus time. Bonus
Dude,
round.
bonus
We got
basic.
like 22
I have
more
opinions
levels to go.
I like bonus basic. It's a fun level. It's like an A tier.
It's alright.
Honestly.
Yeah.
It's like, I'd say this is like the most average of Joe stages, so it's like C.
Yeah, but like, look at the ever bonus stages.
Yeah,
and
well, I have
and
other
tell me this
opinions
is
on
a
the
C.
bonus stages.
Really? Okay.
This one
Okay.
fine.
Essential bonus stage.
Yeah, no, it's another one where I think of Monkey Ball 1 and I think of it. So
Actually, you
that
know what?
gives it points for me.
It deserves to be a B because
It's
of
at
the
least
little
a B.
extra banana out there.
Yeah, like that's
Yes.
that's
Yeah.
cute.
Yeah, I
It,
Yeah.
it fulfills its purpose.
I'll give it
it's,
like a
it's a
high.
good
Exactly.
early game bonus stage. It's not unfair at any point. You can just get a whole bunch of
think-
bananas. It's not unfun. It should be a B.
I
You
think
can
that's-
skip
I
it
would
really
think
easily
fair,
if you're
yeah.
speedrunning.
Bonus wave, I also kind of enjoy because it's like you have to try and
Yeah.
go around in a circle while fighting the waves. It's
Yeah.
engaging.
I love how
Yeah.
Deluxe absolutely ruined the stage.
I was gonna say it looks so good on the GameCube, and
That
then in
is
Deluxe
the-
it's just like flat matte texture.
And the Engage
Oh,
version,
God,
yada
yeah.
yada. Ninja says Engage is funny. Anyway.
I'm
Yeah,
also
this is one
thinking
of the-
B on this one.
Yeah, I'd go with
It's
that.
fun. I like this
It's
one.
a fun one.
I think it's
Yeah,
also fun.
I like
It's a
it.
little bit. It's not like BS, but it's definitely like okay.
It's BS if you're new to the game, but like if
Yeah.
you get good at it, it's
Yeah.
usually pretty doable.
Especially
Yeah.
when compared to like this one, the bumper
Bonus
one.
grid
It's
is a C
fine.
because it's just a square.
It's just alright. Like
okay.
you have to weave
Yeah.
between bumpers. It's a bit skillful. It's not like, it's not free, but it's not like. It's not
I mean, I kind of fun, you know.
I
it's-
actually do enjoy collecting bananas on the stage.
It's not bad. It's alright.
Yeah,
Perfectly
you just,
alright
you just keep
I don't mind
going
it.
down the diagonals. It's
Give it like,
fun.
it's like high.
Yeah, I
C.
like that
the
gimmick.
stage. I don't hate that game.
And then bonus bumpy is the
This
worst
one sucks. This one might be. I think it should be F tier. This one sucks.
Whoa.
I don't
Wait,
think it's
really?
that bad.
Okay, maybe an F tier.
It's still a bonus stage. It's still gonna get you bananas.
It's aggressively underwhelming for how late it is.
It is very
That's
underwhelming.
true.
I will
It-
give you
it's
that.
a little bit,
There's
yeah.
not a whole lot going
especially,
on.
It's like maybe-
especially
Not a
because
huge fan.
not that
It's
bad.
like one of the two expert exclusive bonus stages. So as a kid, like if you sucked balls and couldn't get past exam C, you probably only see this in like YouTube videos and you'd be like, this mythical stage that only exists here. But it's like, boring.
Yeah, it's not
It's
very
very boring.
Yeah, it's not great. I mean, I don't know about F tier. Maybe like D tier. I don't know.
Yeah, I think D is fine.
I would say
It's
D tier,
underwhelming, but
yeah.
it's not like offensive. I don't think.
Yeah, it's like It's low D tier. It sucks. I hate this stage.
That's fair.
Honestly, I might be fine with F tier looking at it now. I mean, it's just
no,
kind of boring.
I think it's still 50 free bananas. That can't be F tier.
That's true,
Ninja's
but-
like
Fine,
There's-
yeah.
It's
Ninja
not
had like some
egregiously
traumatic experience with this level
This
as a
stage is just
child.
boring.
Like his parents like decided to get the divorce in front of him while he was playing this
During
stage.
this stage.
Also, you can just not play it. Like you can just leave.
You can just
I-
skip
yeah.
it.
That is true.
Hit
You
the
can't
bricks.
skip it.
Honestly, it is one of the easier ones to skip out of.
Put it like
It's true.
special.
Yeah, that's true.
They give you an out.
And then bonus hunting.
Now this one.
This
sucks.
one is my least favorite
Is it-
bonus, just because
I
you can't
like
get all the
this one a
bananas.
lot as a
Yeah.
concept, but not as a oh hey get bananas. I like it as a how many bananas can you get?
I think
Yeah.
like
I
if
like it
you're-
in the
Yeah.
concept in the context of practice mode more than challenge mode.
Yeah, like in practice
Yeah.
mode, you could probably give it like a B tier if you really was stretching, but like in practice mode, it's like an instant F. It's an actual F tier.
It's also fun to just rush the goal if you know what you're doing.
That's true.
But
Yeah.
that's so not relevant for its purpose. Like
Yeah.
In this game, when you go to the goal, it just says bonus finish. It's like
Yeah.
so sad.
also
Yeah, it's
Bonus
just like, oh.
finish.
we need to talk about the stage in deluxe because in deluxe the bananas just run away immediately
yeah.
and you can barely catch up to any of them.
I feel like
Yep.
the
that's
deluxe
fun.
version of this is non-canon. I know we talk about deluxe cycles a lot, but this one is like so egregiously bad that it doesn't exist in me.
Yeah,
Fair.
that's fair.
Like, if they patched it out of the ROM hack for Monkey Ball 2, then it doesn't exist.
I don't know, like this stage, if it wasn't already like previously established, you can collect the little bananas on these bonus stages. I think this will be fine. The problem is with that context, it's abysmal. Like, it's actually abysmal.
It's a Monkey Ball 2 bonus stage.
Yeah,
It kind of
really
is, yeah.
I just don't like that. Like when you fall behind, you can't catch back up no matter what you do.
Yeah.
And then
yeah.
if you're like ahead of it, you're just not getting bananas. So it's just like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's really hard.
It's going in the F tier, being bad.
I'm fine with that.
Sure.
Next we have Blur Bridge.
It's time we're in the extras with the delicious music that isn't in deluxe because deluxe sucks.
This stage is perfectly okay. It's not bad. It's a good
It's
stage.
the one
Yeah.
you see 3 times and it's pretty alright every time.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's alright.
I have no strong thoughts on it, really.
It's a level that you can play in this video game.
I think it's like a.
That is true. It's I say like C tier in that rate. You know. It's
It's like exactly middle of the road. It's fine.
Yeah,
It's like right
yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Hitter is
really.
It looks
very
cool.
funny, by the way.
It looks cool. I'll give it that.
Yeah, well, every level in here looks cool.
That's
stage-
true.
Yeah.
I love that the Engage version of Hitters and Banana Mania. That's a separate rant.
I suck at this level, and my friends style on me whenever I play it in call.
You mean the original hitter, the one that is not a risk at all because it's moving so
Actually-
slow?
You know, I actually haven't played the original hitter in a while. I think the last time I played it, it was the Banana Mania version, which I think is probably not that much harder.
Yeah.
But
It's-
I genuinely
really-
don't
it's
remember.
Basically the same amount of difficulty because it doesn't have the card around the goal, but not
Yeah.
like the
Yeah.
card
Yeah.
around the goal was a problem to begin with.
It's very it's one of those ones where it's not actually that difficult, but I overthink it a lot.
yeah.
I'm
I think-
ironically worse at this one than the harder version.
Wait,
Oh,
Yeah.
But that's just because I know the other version's timing better.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it's so slow that you're never. Guys.
I know.
Guys.
Okay.
Daro's too much of a gamer.
You can't die on this stage. You have to try.
I have died though.
Maybe I am thinking of the harder version then, actually. I don't know. I don't remember.
Anyway,
AV logo.
this-
Oh wait,
this-
I forgot
this
to
stage-
rank this.
this stage is like a B. I
That's like no, that's
It's a B,
like
it's
a D
okay.
because there is no challenge.
I
It
like
is
the stage.
nothing. It is
It's
a
fine.
free goal.
It's at least a C.
It's at least a
It's
C.
not
It's a
bad.
C.
It's not annoying.
It's like
just
basic tier.
fair.
I put it in between both of those.
Yeah, there's nothing like wrong with it. It's fine.
Exactly.
Alright,
AV logo.
fine.
It's
I
AV logo's.
suppose.
AV
AV
logo's
logo's
like,
at least a B. I like this one.
it's alright.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's
that's
yeah,
fine.
it's funny.
It's cute. I
It
mean,
loses some points for me because if I actually try to play it for too long, I get motion sick.
That's
True.
probably.
In the
Makes me.
The
the original
texture
game.
makes it really trippy.
Yeah. I forget,
think
does
it's really
Deluxe
pretty.
fuck up the texture?
Yeah, Deluxe doesn't even have it, I think.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's just another
If your
matte finish.
question is does Deluxe fuck up, the answer is probably yes.
Yeah, many such
Like
cases.
90% of the time.
I think the original Deluxe has the reflection, but not Toon Deluxe, I think, or something like that.
Well, Toon
Maybe.
Deluxe,
I mean-
it's some like magic hard-coded nightmare or whatever, so that's why they couldn't get it.
It's probably a situation too with the original Deluxe where the Xbox version would have it, but the PS2 version wouldn't.
Yeah, the PS2 version just upsets me to look at.
But I think this is at least a B. It's
Yeah, it's
pretty
like a B tier
interesting.
anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
it's alright.
hardest- It's the hardest stage in beginner.
I love how much you're
It
talking
sure
about
is.
Deluxe.
Yeah.
it is,
For some
isn't it?
reason.
It's like one of the only ones I ever die on.
Oh, it's like this tier. That makes sense.
Okay, now it's hard hitter time, which is
This is a fun stage.
the timing game. Because if you
Ah,
go
yes.
anywhere else, aside
Oh no,
from
it's
when
this
in the
one. It
middle-
is this one. Sorry.
Yeah.
Never mind. This is the one I always fuck up every single time.
It's the one where you can only go in the middle. Don't even think about going when it's going on the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just know the
Yeah.
timing of this so well now, where I get it every time. But yeah, if you don't know the timing, it's
Yeah, for sure.
It's alright.
not great.
It's not like the best stage in the game. It's just kind of whatever.
It's okay.
I put this one in like D tier, honestly.
It's annoying as
Yeah.
hell.
It's like not that fun. It's just like
Yeah.
you wait,
Yeah.
and then if you know the timing, you go. If you don't, then
yeah,
you're
like, I-
screwed.
fine.
People have
I
styled on
never
me too many
feel-
times for me to have positive things to say. Like, come on, Johnny, you
never-
can do it. And I'm like, no, I
It's very.
cannot.
It's just frustrating. I don't know.
Yeah, it's annoying.
You don't even like feel good most of the time when you do it because you're just like, oh, I remembered a funny number. Cool.
Yeah, it's like,
I mean,
oh,
I don't
joy.
have to remember a number. You could just. Sorry, I'm bragging right now. Ooh.
I don't have to do this because I'm a gamer.
Wow.
It's when
actually-
like the card passes directly through the. There's a visual thing. You still have to memorize something.
I could
Yeah.
start bragging and then it's over for everybody, but
it's,
you know.
it's not a ton of. I mean, to the degree that it does take skill, it's not skill that like feels that rewarding to
It's-
execute.
It's like
Yeah.
memorization
Yeah.
skill.
Yeah.
There
Like, I
Yeah.
feel like most
Speedrun
levels
strat.
in the game, like even if it's really hard, you just like you can see what to do and like just figure it out. But this is like one of those levels where you get to it and you're like, oh great, like I just
Yeah,
have to like
this
study it
bullshit,
for a
yeah.
while.
Yeah.
There is a speedrun strat where you like go to the corner and wait for like a specific time and then go, and that feels really satisfying when you do it right, but it's hard and you have to it's still a timing you have to know, so
Yeah. It's always timing.
Oh, I
Yeah,
will
it's
say
annoying.
something to mention on hitter and hard hitter is that in Monkey Ball 1 only, whenever you pass through a goal after you've passed through it, the monkey makes a noise again.
yeah.
It's
that's
great.
true.
Yahoo.
Anyway,
So,
so
F
puzzle is like an actual F tier stage. I think you can agree on that.
An F
Maybe
tier or
what's
an S
puzzle?
tier?
F tier.
Let me look at
Or
it.
puzzle.
Puzzle is
I don't know
a
their
level,
names because I don't play Deluxe.
It's the one. It's the really big one that you have to do a skip to even win
Yeah?
casually.
Oh my god, yeah,
Let me see it with my
okay,
eyes.
yeah.
Kind of abysmal. I don't know.
I think it is interesting
Oh yeah, this one. This one sucks.
Yeah, this one I don't like.
I don't like
either.
that you
I don't-
can skip a lot of it through bouncing right, and then you can also just do it the go straight forward through the middle and maybe bounce correctly, but that's way harder than doing big bounces.
I just don't even know if it was like intentional or not. Either way, it's not fun either way.
No, it's
like,
really
yeah,
not.
I don't know, I mean,
No.
Nah.
I don't have a good
go
time
in
when
the-
I play this
go
one.
in
It's
in
not very
the,
good.
that area.
in the trash pile. Polar
I'm
large
sa-
is cool though.
I'm
Which is kinda
sympathetic
cool.
to the. I'm sympathetic to Ninja's F tier assessment.
If Jeff was here, he would say Polar is like a straight F tier, but he's not here, so we can ignore his opinion. But
Polar is,
I
is
like Polar
like
Large.
one of the hardest levels in the game.
I like Polar Lord. It's kind
Polar
of.
is fun.
I would argue it's designed a lot worse than the original Polar, but
Yeah,
it's fine.
It's hard. You might be
Nightmare shit.
right, but I still think it's really fun. It looks really cool, even though I probably shouldn't give it too many points for that.
I do love the
Um,
big orbiting thing. That owns.
I do think
It's
it
pretty
can
cool.
it cannot be an A tier for sure. It has to at least be like low.
It's-
Oh hell no!
Yeah, no.
As the final stage of Advanced, it is big and intimidating, and it kicks butt. I
Yeah.
will say that.
It
Yeah.
does succeed at that. I like the stupid giant ring that just spins around. Like what the f is that?
And like, you could go through the middle part of that ring like a normal person, or you could be wild and get bumped
Get
from
hit by
below.
it, yeah.
Wild and crazy.
It's so cool though.
It's pretty cool.
I have done some really ridiculous stuff on this stage, where you can
I've
like,
committed acts of horror on this stage.
yeah.
War
I've
crimes.
done despicable things on this
Geneva,
level.
Geneva
on
Convention
there and-
violating.
Yeah.
I don't
But like
know.
it's you can start doing really cool stuff on the stage, but you have to be really good at the game in order to do it. So.
Yeah.
So what do we want to put it?
I
I
don't
guess.
know. It's like B tier, maybe.
Yeah.
B or A is my internal
I give
head
it B.
process.
I don't know if I can
I
give it A.
would
but
honestly
Interesting we
give it
have
A, but I think the sensible option is probably to give it B.
I don't think it's good enough to be A. I'll put it like where this is, which is like the big level category.
It's interesting we have an equal amount of F's and S's right now. We gotta keep that matched.
Ooh.
What,
I'm
what
sure
is
Keep
we
it
will.
balanced.
I like this one. The next one.
Breathe is cool and has
I like
sound.
Breathe. It's cute.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like
It's very
stages
novel.
that have sound. Sound is fun.
I like the stage. It's a very simple concept. It's just alternating squares. I don't know. It's fun.
Yeah, it's
Cool stage. I don't know.
maybe like C or B,
I like it.
Yeah.
It's like
somewhere
a-
in there.
Although
I
it
would put
ends
that
up
range.
most of the level ends up being kind of superfluous because there is basically 2 paths to go and they are both sort of straight.
I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, a little bit.
Like they didn't even put any banana bunches around the edges. Like, come on, man.
I don't know.
No, it does feel like they could have done more here.
That's
but it's
kind of
still
true.
fun.
I get like a
Still
lower
pretty good.
B. I think like this area kind of. Why is this one so low?
Expert
There.
Extra just needs more bananas in general since they like
it
disappear
does.
in master mode. Like, come on now. Why are there levels with no bananas? What are we doing?
Ferris
Super
wheel
interesting.
is a level that is over in like 2 seconds.
I think it's like a D tier. I don't know. it's
Yeah,
it's-
I don't, like,
Whoa,
I don't know what the
about
challenge
that.
of this one is supposed to be, other than I guess like dismounting at the end. But like,
Imagine doing this the casual way. I don't even think casuals do
I
it the
do it
casual
the
way.
casual.
So
I do.
I think
I'm not
this
even.
Is,
I wouldn't even consider myself that casual, and I do it the casual way. So
I think this is maybe the only level that has a better cycle in deluxe, as in more fun.
yeah, that's true. It's like really like right next to the where you spawn.
Yeah, because
basically.
in deluxe you like can fall off the side and bounce off one of the ones at like the way bottom, and then bounce back up and go in, and it's really cool.
Yeah, but in Monkey Ball 1, it's just, alright, use the lip to bounce to right
Yeah,
to it
it-
because it's right
yeah.
there. And it's
And
like, alright.
Monkey Ball 1 is just like it's a stage
Very unremarkable.
in the game.
yeah,
So I would give it like a C tier.
I think it's a
for
C.
being-
yeah, somewhere. in
I
C,
think it's like a-
maybe even D, just because it's kind of boring.
I think it's a lower C. I'll put it like here.
I don't think it's as bad as I don't think it's like annoying.
It's just what it is.
Yeah.
D is
Just-
where I start getting annoyed. I don't think it's annoying.
Yeah, that's
not.
kind of true. Yeah.
It's there.
The next stage is just.
Factory is,
it's-
in
it-
my opinion, an A tier because it's very cool.
Is it? I mean, it's a really.
Yeah, I do like this
it
level.
is. The visuals.
There's so many
are
ways you can
really
play the
cool,
stage.
but it's just I don't know. It's just fine.
There's also sound effects. Let's go.
Wait, how do you,
There's
how do you
some-
get that banana bunch down at the bottom? I've never figured that out.
don't.
You have to fall into one of the falling goals, which owns and is so cool to do.
Yeah,
Huh.
you have to go at like a specific timing. I don't even know what the timing is in this game. I know it better in deluxe because it's easier in deluxe.
I've
but
never been huge on this level, but I can see the appeal. I guess.
there's
It's
so
fun.
many different
It's
ways
like-
you can play this. Like you can wait at the start. You can go in while it's falling. You can do like the kind of speedrunny way where you go on off the left side, or you can take it the super casual way. Like there's so many
Yeah.
different ways to play the stage, and that makes it really fun to me.
I like how you
guess-
say the kind of
yeah.
speedrunning way, but going off the left is the fastest way because it's faster than the falling down way.
There is some weird like go off the left hybrid strat where you
Oh,
go
no.
under the slope and then go in,
Oh,
like I
no.
just did on my screen share.
Oh, God.
That's the real speedrun
Okay,
way. but
never
that's
mind.
hard.
Never mind that.
It is.
owns.
It's a fun level. It's like a good breather level for this point in the run, and it's like got like a cool concept. Like you
Oh,
don't
yeah.
really see many levels with like infinite goalposts like that. You know.
yeah, gold
Well,
post
technically,
factory.
it's a repeating goalpost, but you know, because like
Well,
when they go
Oh,
all the way
there's,
down to
there's,
the bottom,
there's
it gets-
multiple on
it gets
screen
warped.
at the same time.
Well,
You
yeah.
see, in the Monkey Ball lore, they create the goals here and they drop onto the levels.
No way, the canon. We gotta put that one in the timeline.
Lore?
Yeah, Laura, Vivian, write that down.
Got more.
Okay.
What do you want?
I mean, I think it's an A tier because I think it's a really cool level.
I guess for novelty alone, I guess it could be like low A.
I want to give it A. I like
Fine,
it. It's
we'll put it
fun.
low A.
It's also satisfying to do.
Yeah.
That's fair.
The
The next stage kind of sucked. It's like a D tier.
No.
That has. in my
What?
opinion.
What?
I don't like the stage.
Wait,
like,
what tier
I
did you
love
just say?
this one.
You're telling me the
don't like-
stage where you can bounce off the outside of the pipe and clip back
Yeah,
into it is
I-
a D?
I actually did not know you could do that.
This thing
But
owns.
It's good.
I
Stage is,
guess.
stage is amazing. It's okay. I'm not gonna say it's like A tier or anything. But it's fun. I like it.
It's
fine.
great.
It's like
It's
we
like-
fell down a drain
bad-
pipe.
I
love
bad
it.
it's like
memories of
high
the
C,
stage.
low B. You know,
I
It's-
like this one, yeah.
It's got a unique look to it. There's
That is
not
true.
really.
Can't argue with
There's
that.
not really any other levels in this game I can think of where you're like going inside of a tube like that. Like I can think of some in Monkey Ball 2, but
Yeah, true.
Do you ever remember like when you were a kid and you went down like a tube slide and like you could barely tell like what the fuck was going on? Sometimes?
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like that.
Where a
It is
kid
pretty
can
fun.
be a kid.
Also, in Banana Mania, this is like the only level with a camera change trigger or whatever, because when you enter the area where the pipe is, the camera zooms in, even if you go through
Really?
the
Oh,
outside.
awesome.
Oh yeah, I hadn't really
Interesting.
thought about that.
I don't know, give it like a high C.
I think it's at least a B.
Lowest B.
low B,
Whatever. I like the next stage.
I don't like the next stage.
Dang.
Ah, yeah, the stage that almost killed
I'm
my
neutral
Maximum
on
in
this
GDQ.
Magic
Because
Hand.
collision is just funky.
Yeah, Magic Hand
one-
has some wonk collision.
This one's called Magic
yeah.
Hand in Deluxe.
Yeah.
I would have
Yeah.
guessed it was like scissors or something. I always call it scissors in my head.
Oh.
It's
I
classic.
like
a,
I lied, by
Is
the
it
way.
like
This
an-
is the other stage that has a better cycle in Deluxe.
Yeah,
That's
this
true,
one in
probably.
Deluxe is way easier for me.
I do
honestly.
play it in deluxe. That's where most of my opinions do come from.
I think all
This
like
one's
the,
like fun. I mean, I don't have any like issues with it.
the problem is, especially in Monkey Ball 1, is if you go too slow, you end up having to wait the cycle, and then you have to reach the goal when there's like 5 seconds left, and it's like,
That
Yeah, it's
Sucks.
always like 4 seconds left
the cycle
on the clock.
takes
It kind of sucks.
ages.
so I'm not a big fan. I'm a D kind of gamer here.
I
D.
could see it, honestly. Like the collision is also just really funky.
Collision is a
and-
little weird.
Yeah. To the
I don't
point
know,
where
I-
it almost feels unfair. I'm not gonna say it is, but it almost feels like it sometimes.
Any more opinions on
I
this
don't know,
one?
but I do. I don't know. There's something I like about this stage though. So I
There's
don't
an
know if I put it
argument
in
for
D.
C tier, I think.
I think
but-
C tier is where I'd probably put it.
I could go,
It's
I
like,
could go
okay.
for low C. I don't.
Like there's some interesting like variation in how much you can skip based on like
That's
the
true.
contraction of the magic glove or whatever the f- it's called. I don't know. The scissor, you know.
It's another one of those where like doing it well is actually pretty satisfying.
Yeah.
One cycling this always feels good.
True.
All
Oh
right.
yeah.
That's fair, yeah.
Not that I've done it,
Sanctuary.
but oh yeah.
It's
Or as I like to call it, Party Ball Simulator.
it's
Oh,
okay.
God.
This,
This
Yeah.
one's really fun. I actually would put this one in like
this one's alright.
I would personally put it maybe in like A or S tier, but
I don't know if it's S tier.
Actually,
I think
I
I
know
can go
it's
S.
I know it's not
I'm-
optimal speed, but if you pretty much hold neutral throughout the entire bouncing, you basically won't get party balled. It's interesting.
Oh, I should try that.
It's a fun stage.
I can't think of like any other level in the game that has like that's like focused on like bouncing like this. Maybe
Yeah, it's
maybe
more
I'm
of a
wrong.
2 gimmick.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's very SMB
Yeah.
too.
Well, in
There's a
terms
level
of,
in Monkey Ball 2 that's basically this.
Yeah, except it
Yeah.
sucks even more. So this one's way better.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. I don't know.
I'm okay with A. I don't think I wouldn't go S, but
I'll go
I,
like
I don't think I would
higher
either, but I do like this
than
stage a lot.
Caricature. That's
I'm-
fine.
I'm with
I'm okay
A.
with it.
It's good.
A is
And,
good.
Daluma.
I like this one. It's cute.
It's better in Monkey Ball
This-
1 because sound effects.
It's one of those like celebratory stages where it's like you literally did it, you know, kind of stages.
yeah, to
Yeah.
take your victory lap.
Yeah, like that's literally what it is basically. It's not meant to be like.
It's
you know-
also one of those stages that has a very unique gimmick that's like nowhere else. You know,
Yeah.
it's very Monkey Ball 2 in that way.
It's definitely more of a spectacle than it is like a challenging stage, which I respect.
Yeah,
at
as long
least
as you
it's-
follow the hammer, you usually are just
Yeah.
fine.
I like that the
I like it.
that the platform gets shoved away if you wait too long.
Yeah, it's kind of funny.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
pretty
it is,
funny.
it's a unique element for
I
sure.
also really like the pause strat where you
get
just
hit by
get
the
hit into
hammer.
the goal and it just
Yeah.
The
works.
pause strat rocks.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling like high B on this one.
That's fine.
I don't know.
I can go with that.
I mean,
I'd be-
playing it is kind of boring though because
I
you
give
just
it-
kind
I
of
give
go
it-
around in a
It
circle.
can't go A. It definitely
Yeah.
can't go A.
I'll give it
Not
like
A.
Metamorphosis tier, I guess. So basically the same stage to some degree.
Kinda.
Yay! Now we
Here
get the
are
master.
the final stretch.
I like
Alright,
Wave Master. I
alright.
think the stage is actually pretty clever.
I'm not a wave master kind of guy.
What? Oh, whatever.
I
I'm a
like
Wave
this
Master.
stage, but there's like one way to do it, and
It's
that's
a-
like it.
It's all
Like, I
about
don't know.
Yeah,
speed
that's kinda
control.
true. Also, the cycle's terrible. You can't make the cycle.
Yeah, you
have to
literally
wait
have to
4
wait. That's
seconds.
why I'm not much of a wave master guy. I mean, when I'm playing it, I'm having a good time. I'm like,
More like Weight Master.
It's also I don't know if maybe I'm just like bad, but it's,
Oh,
it's
it's
hard to tell if like you're going too slow or too fast when the platforms stop lining up. So you kind of just have to like get, or I have to guess like 50-50. It's like, oh, I guess I'll just slow down. Hopefully.
the platforms
Oh,
move
I-
in such a weird way too.
They do move in such a weird way.
I
I like the stage. I don't know.
feel like that there's a pattern to it that you can figure out. Like,
Yeah.
there's a certain
Yeah.
speed you can go. You throw in some like neutral flicks and you can get it down.
I think it's broken in
Uh,
Banana Mania, but that's a whole separate.
Don't get me started
Yeah,
on the. Oh my god.
It's a really
I
That's
will
just
lose
Banana
my
Mania
mind
in
in
general.
this podcast, I swear.
That's
Do not get me started.
Yeah, it's so bad. I don't know.
So bad.
In this game, it's like I think I'll give it an A, at least an A. I think it's a good stage.
I'm fine with
Oh. Okay.
Stage of the
A, B, something like that.
put it like
I'd
above.
give it like a high B, but I can go ahead.
Yeah, maybe a B for the waiting.
It'd be for
I
the
get-
waiting.
Fine.
Yeah,
It'll
honestly,
be
yeah.
high
You
as
know, like a
Yeah.
for the
B.
waiting.
Yeah.
Fine.
If I could go right away, then yeah, A.
Fan Master is cool.
Fan Master is,
I like-
is a stage where I enjoy it, but it is very much not a master stage. This
I think
is
it's just
easy.
alright.
Yeah, I don't know what
Yeah.
it's doing in Master Mode. It's by
It's
far the
looking
easiest
great.
one.
That's what it's doing.
Yeah, it
okay?
looked good.
The visuals are the best
And then
part.
Banana Mania
Yeah.
de-yassified it.
Oh, yeah. De-ossified it, true.
Literally bullshit.
Remember
And
what they
there's
took
a-
from you.
There's like
It's
a
like a-
couple ways to do it. Like you could do
Yeah.
it every fan, but like why don't do that?
Yeah.
You could do it halfway, wait, then do it.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Or you could do it the interesting way, where you do it halfway, bounce off the ball, and into the goal. Or just the pause strat of just turn around and go into the goal.
Yeah.
The pause strat's funny. Yeah.
This stage is cool. I think it's like a B tier, to be honest. Like a
Yeah, I'm good with that too.
Yeah.
fun stage.
Maybe put
Yeah.
it like, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, it's good enough for me.
it's good.
Stamina
It's a Stamina
Master.
Oh,
Master.
boy.
How do we feel about Stamina Master? It could be like one of like 2 tiers.
I
feel
don't
like.
hate this.
It's another, like, it's either S or F depending on how you
Yeah.
look at
Like,
it.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of respect how masochistic it is, but at the same time, it is.
It
like,
is the hardest level in the game, in my
It
opinion.
is.
I
It
agree.
is in Master, like,
It's
makes
one
sense.
of the hardest levels in the series, probably.
Yeah.
It might be the hardest level in the series.
The thing is,
Yeah.
is that it suddenly stops becoming the hardest level in the game when you do it the shortcut and bounce off the spiral, and it works like 99% of the time.
Oh, I actually didn't even know that. That's sad.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of respect how ridiculous the stage is, but at the same time, it's like I don't
Same.
know. I can't give it S tier.
As like a
It's-
test of your skills, it's really good. It's also maybe too hard for its own good, though. I don't know.
I really do
Yeah.
not like
I don't think there's
moving
anything wrong with
platforms here. And I am so
There-
glad
that's the
that you
hardest
can
part,
just
yeah.
use the speed you get from the hill to fall onto the back part of the spiral and loop around into the goal.
The hill is
So-
so masochistic too. Like
This
just a
is
way to
another
like
one of
start
those-
the level.
I
Like
love
yeah, this
that.
is what you're getting
Actually,
into.
that's the part of the level I like the most. I think that's very fun.
It
This
is
is another
fun.
one of those where it's like it's hard, but I don't think it's unfairly hard. Maybe there's an argument for the checkered section that could be unfairly hard because those do move real quick, but it's not like it's no Dodge Master, you know? Like you
We'll get
can
there.
do it.
Yeah. Oh my god, we'll get to
Yeah.
those.
It's
levels
not a
like that.
complete crapshoot. You can do it. And,
Yeah, it is
and
doable.
Yeah, I
It's
don't hate
really
this one.
satisfying, and I think it's
It-
fun.
Yeah, it is entirely skill based. Like it's not like if you die, it's your fault, but it's also
Exactly.
like really goddamn hard. So.
Yeah, the shortcut is entirely consistent for me, which is why I enjoy it. But
Yeah.
it's not an S tier because those checkerboard platforms are just something special.
I'm willing to settle
can
for like
settle for A.
Yeah, I can settle for
Okay,
Okay.
A tier is fine.
Because like I
whatever.
don't want to get like F tier and all like this stage is horrible crap. Like it's not that bad, but it's like I give it like choice tier. That makes sense to me at least.
Spring Master is
Oh, the fruit
interesting.
roll up.
I like
fruit
Spring
roll-
Master.
Oh,
Spring
I
Master's-
do like the fruit roll up one.
It's a good
though.
stage. I like this one.
It's
I'd say this. It's like A tier.
doing
Making
it
me hungry.
normally takes the entire timer, but
I mean it's well designed. I mean it's just
But
a
it's
wait
not-
till the carpet moves back and forth and you know,
it's
go
not
forward.
actually that boring if you do it the normal way, even though
Yeah.
it does take the minute.
That's true.
It's
It's
fun.
okay.
Like you're on it the whole time. You know, there's not
Yeah.
a whole. Even when you're waiting, like you're watching the mini map and like preparing to hit go, like as
Yeah.
soon as it passes you. So I mean, you know, there's something going on with the,
Yeah.
with the waiting. You know,
If
it's
it-
not just boring.
Yeah. Honestly,
the
this feels
funny
like
way, that
Yeah, the-
The,
rules.
the silly little way.
I do like that way.
Except for
The silly way.
for some reason, it just doesn't work half the time for me because I don't know the consistent way to get launched outside of downwards.
For me, it feels like a Monkey Ball 2 level, to be honest. Like just straight
High
up.
key, yeah.
I like the stage on it. It's fun.
It's a high up level rank.
Probably like an A. You can maybe argue S, but I would go for A, at least in my opinion.
In my humble opinion.
There's one stage my hottest take is coming soon, to be honest.
I'm ready. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like either way works.
think it's like
does
this,
anyone
dude,
have a strong
honestly.
thought other than Ninja?
I'm not.
I
don't really.
don't super think it's A because I do think playing it casually is not the most fun thing in the world.
It's probably B.
Yeah, that's
if I'm
fair.
being
It's
honest.
definitely
It's probably
B
B.
levels.
Alright.
Doesn't
I'll
have
put
the
it right
versatility
there.
for an it. Yeah, that's fair.
I'm
It's
with
not
Settle.
the speedrun strat is really cool and really fun, but it's
Yeah.
Kind of
I mean,
inconsistent to me
no.
for some reason. It's so weird.
Yeah.
it is inconsistent. Well, also because not only because like you have to do these really specific lineups and specific inputs to actually get the right hit, but also there's just whack collision all over the place. Like you just get shot up into the air randomly off the bridge, so it's like what are we even doing here?
All right.
Dance Master's an
Dance-
F, honestly.
Dance
It's a bad-
Master is definitely not good.
Bad stage.
Yeah, no,
Really
this is a bullshit level.
It
It's
is.
what
It is the same every time, and that is wonderful. The problem is that even getting to the one spot that is very safe and consistent is very annoying and not very good.
So, yeah, this level will kill your run, you know?
You basically have to know that there is a checker on like the left that. Sorry, the right. Look, I don't know my directions. There's a checker.
I know what
like,
one you're talking about.
The checker on the right where it splits and it works perfectly fine. Also, the deluxe cycle is just the most awful thing of all time.
Yeah, the deluxe cycle on this is really weird. That's true.
So I don't know.
I mean-
I'm not a big Dance Master guy, even if it is satisfying to pull off.
When you learn
I would
it,
put it
think
in
it's
F
actually
tier
really fun.
personally. That's where I'm casting my vote.
The Dole logo is present, so it's a high S.
My problem is that you have to learn the cycle, which is like basically impossible to do without
Yeah.
being in practice mode. It's kind of just garbage design.
I will defend it from F. I don't think it's F. It's I don't think it's BS. It's just really hard.
It's ridiculously hard to the point where it's just like kind of unfair,
But I will defend it from F rather.
I
so.
guess. Next stage
Okay,
is
well,
kind of.
Roll
I think-
Master. This one's
I think it's
good.
like a C, I think it's like a C tier.
This
I don't
one's
think
funny.
I don't think it's that great. Just
It's,
alright.
even if you do it the normal way, it's still good.
It's just alright. I don't think it's that spectacular.
It's a level. It's one of the levels that we can play.
It just kind of feels like a Monkey Ball 2 story mode level, honestly. So
And
like-
then,
High key,
Yeah,
yeah.
Yeah.
and then,
Like a World 10 level.
yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
and then the level's done in a second and a half because you just held back left the entire time.
yeah,
Yeah,
basically.
pretty much.
I don't
This
know.
one's probably C tier.
Just
I'd give it
alright.
C.
I don't think it's like bad. I just don't think it's great either.
I
No,
think
no,
Offensive.
it's not annoying. It's just
Yeah,
It's a nice like breather level for Master standards, but it's not like as egregiously breathable as like Master 2. You know?
I
We're
will
just
say,
like, what are we doing?
Whenever I get to Master 6 in my speedruns, I breathe a sigh of relief because it's like, alright, finally, just like a free one.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
I think Edge Master is S tier.
The name is definitely an S tier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Big fan
love
of the
edging.
name.
Edge Master. I'm a master.
I like
some
Edge
days,
Master.
so-
It's
This
kind
is
of
a very, very like it's you gotta bounce around the rotating cube, but you only have to do it 3 times, and it's like I don't know, it's just cool. I like it.
I do like this one. You have to time it very perfectly.
It's okay.
it's definitely like slopes taken to the max.
Well,
in this
there's
game.
around all 4 corner or 4 sides. There's the buttons that tell you when it goes, so it's all fine.
Yeah. It's
Yeah, I do like that too.
I like that there are cues. It does test something that's not super tested in the game. And I feel like it's a proper level of difficulty for Master, honestly.
I think so too.
It doesn't,
hard,
it doesn't
but
ever
it's
feel
not, like-
unfair. In Banana Mania,
Yeah, it's
it
not
does, but that's a
unfair.
different beast.
Yeah, that's a different story.
If Jeff was here, but oh god, oh no.
The
Oh,
stories
no.
we have to tell.
Well, I have stories about this one in Banana Mania as well.
Yeah.
Also,
Lots of world record pace runs died to that level.
Let's go.
Also,
I feel-
funny pause strat where you just fall in the goal again.
Is it
Yeah.
is it
Yeah,
good enough to
I'm-
be S?
I'm
willing to
saying
argue
this
that.
is definitely like S.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Maybe like high A. but
No,
let's-
here's the thing, right? If you wanted to
I'll-
keep
I'll-
S and F balanced, you put this in S because we know it's coming next.
Yeah, I think we all know where the next level's going.
Yeah.
But there is one other level I would consider putting an S, and I also think we know what it is. So
Oh yeah. I think I'm warming up for that too.
I'll put it in like super duper high A until we decide.
that's fair.
We can,
I would put
Yeah.
it there.
we can change our mind.
Yeah.
Next one is the
The
biggest.
worst level in the game, baby. Let's go.
Yeah.
So
So can
bad.
anyone
So
like
bad.
explain to me what you do in this one?
You,
Like,
Dodge Master is you pray and maybe you won't get hit.
I think the intention
Yeah.
behind the design is the fact that everything is color coded. You're supposed to like memorize it, or whatever, and then use
Okay,
that
pal.
to get through the level. I think that's what they.
Hell no.
I think that's what they intended when they designed this level, but it is garbage.
You have to
all throughout.
slow your footage down to like 20%, and then you're like, okay, I can kind of see the cycle, and then you play it at 100, and you're like, well, what the fuck?
That's my only guess with why there's like a million circles. and
Genuinely,
colors.
the only way I can do this consistently, and it's not even consistent, is to go off to the one of the side, wait for one of the pegs to pass, and then go at a leisurely pace and hope you just don't get hit.
Yeah, I do the exact same strat. I think you told me about it.
I just learned the speedrun strats, and I no longer have to deal with the stupid little.
One day I'll learn the pause frames, and it'll be
It's
lovely.
not even a pause frame. It's not even that hard, to be honest. I do it.
There's a pause frame for it in Deluxe, but there's like a hold up pause frame for it in Deluxe, which is pretty cool. But in Monkey Ball 1, yeah, it's
This level's just like pretty indefensible. Like even if you know what to do, it's
Yeah.
not
That's
fun.
garbage.
So like,
That's a trash.
Yeah.
I have been defending a lot of these levels because I just love SMB1. Even this one, I don't.
The
I don't
stage-
have
Yeah,
much to
same.
say,
This is
so.
easily. This might be the worst stage in the entire franchise. To be
I
honest.
think
not
this,
stairs,
yeah,
I think
I
it's
think
better
it should
than
go at the
stairs.
bottom of
Like-
F.
Like
I think it's better
10-5
than
is
stairs.
pretty close, but like it's not this bad.
I like
Stairs
the
is at least
colors.
like it's
True.
kind of like a meme level. Like it's not like BS. This is just like
It's
you get to
absolutely
it and
BS.
you okay.
It doesn't work!
Wait, no,
Literally just can't do it sometimes.
Yeah. It's
Wait, on
bad.
stairs?
Yeah, no, it doesn't work
Yeah.
half the time.
well, I guess so. I guess maybe I thought it was just bad, but okay.
No, it's. I promise it's not your fault. Stairs is just like.
Oh,
that. It
okay.
doesn't-
So it's just that bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That ruins my opinion of it more.
Yeah.
Well, it's okay, because
Stairs is only BS. I hate that level so much.
After Dodge Master is a level that I happen to really enjoy.
I like Bridge
Yes.
Master. I think the stage is a banger, as they say. I don't know.
This is S tier in
I
my
thi-
opinion.
I
This is
think
like
this is-
it's one of those levels that perfect, yeah,
I think it's an S tier.
perfect for
it's-
testing wires.
in my opinion.
Like,
In
even
one-
like,
That's-
even though it gets
Sure.
ridiculously thin near the end, it's still like, I don't know, somehow it's manageable.
The stage makes me
this,
angry.
This is like another, I think, contender for hardest level in the
Yeah.
game / series. Like it's between
Yeah, I
this and
agree.
Master 3.
This stage has brought me more anger than I can name, but I would still give it an S tier. I think in Monkey Ball 1 specifically, it is perfectly fair. In Deluxe, whatever. That's a whole separate story. But in Monkey Ball 1, it is perfectly fair, in my opinion.
I was thinking about like. It didn't give me S tier vibes, but I'm thinking about why wouldn't I put it in S tier? And I'm not really coming up with much.
Also, there's cool
It's,
skills.
there's really
it's
nothing
just-
wrong with it. It's just really hard.
I will
That's it.
say,
It's a perfect wire stage. What is going on? Is that Johnny's camera?
She's holding
feels-
down the fort. I'm going AFK for like 2 seconds.
I will
Awesome.
say that this level in arcade is blindingly bright and kinda sucks because you can't see anything.
Oh god.
But otherwise, it's definitely S.
I want to give it S. I want to
Oh,
give it
yeah.
the above floor bent S. I don't know. I gotta think about it. Yeah, probably.
I think so personally,
Eh.
but
I
yeah.
don't think so.
Yeah.
Because the thing that Floor Bent has above it, right, is that Floor Bent really challenges that one specific skill. It's a useful skill, but it's not. It does it way better than any other level. I don't think that Bridge Master is far and away the best wire level.
you don't?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think
gotta
Exam C is the
agree.
best wire level, but you know.
I don't think it's that much better than like Exam C or like some other wire level.
Yeah, it's really just
I guess.
it's basically just pure novelty of like, haha, it's at the end of the game. Here's the hardest bullshit. Have fun.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's
But still being fair.
I really like it for what it is, but I can't pretend like it specifically like hones like the wire thing like perfectly or anything, you know? Because that's, I think, what would put it above like Floor Bent,
Yeah.
right?
Floor bent has truly stood the test of time.
And
Crazy.
and about
I would even put Gears above this personally, but I
Yeah.
also just really like Gears.
I like
so,
Gears
yeah.
a lot.
Gears is really
I like
fun,
Gears.
yeah.
I agree, only because I like Gears.
and about 3 hours into it, we're finally at Monkey Master.
Oh, boy.
Best
This is-
one.
This is
Best
the
one.
one level in the game I've never played. Not even because of Master 9, but because of Master 8. Like I've only beaten that once.
I'll be honest.
In a run, at least.
I don't like this stage that much.
I genuinely also don't really like it that much.
It's not that good.
I
I'm
love
gonna
the
be honest.
novelty of a big eye that
Yeah.
owns.
It's
I
cool.
don't-
Big eye, S tier, S tier.
I think the goal placement is kind of incredibly cruel because it's very.
Yeah, like
It's just it doesn't feel
It's-
consistent
yeah.
every time I try to do it.
Yeah.
Shout out.
Look at him go.
Shout out to that one guy in the Twitter replies of Banana Mania pre-release that got really mad when he saw the goal was on his forehead.
I have a complaint. How come Chaos has an original stage mode variant, but not this stage? They literally changed it. What the heck? What is
That's
that?
what I'm saying.
What is that?
Yeah.
That's my
No,
that's my
this
comment.
stage, the collision in this game is not good enough for the stage to be good.
This like
how I
leg
feel.
to hip bump is impossible. It's literally impossible. I hate that.
It's even worse in Deluxe too.
So
You
bad.
gotta
Yeah.
wait, but yeah.
As soon as it plays Deluxe, it sucks. I hate it.
In terms of level geometry, this is an S tier because funny monkey. In
Funny
terms
Oh, it's
of
hilarious.
playability, God, C if most.
Yeah, I can only speak to the aesthetic because again, I have not gotten to it, unfortunately.
I've lost runs. I've lost PB paces to this.
I don't know, Jonii. Do you have any,
It's.
any opinions?
I'm not saying it's a good stage, but also Big Monkey.
Ah, you make a
she's
compelling
got a
argument.
point though.
It does suck when you're on a no continues
Good,
run
you
and
make
then
a
you
good
die
point.
to the very last level because EiEi's head moves too much.
Yeah, basically.
It used to be Big Monkey good stage, but now
What is going on?
what is happening in this country?
I don't know.
Yeah, you know what? I blame the woke mob on this
The
one.
the,
Oh,
the
God.
liberals are trying to take away everything good and just, which is EiEi doing a little stretch in this case.
I need to do a
This-
little
this
stretch
is
right
the-
now. Let me
This is
copy
the
him.
future liberals one.
I feel like logically it's probably like a D tier, but I don't want to give it a D tier. I feel it's kind of mean, but I'm gonna give it like a
It's
C
too
tier.
cool to be a D
Yeah,
tier.
I kind of
Yeah,
give it
yeah,
a
literally.
C
But it's
tier.
too
But it's
annoying
too cool to be like a
an
C
A
tier either. It's not like average.
I'd give it C.
Can we please put this one in S and F simultaneously?
I wish I could.
Oh,
I need
yeah,
to
perfect.
react.
It's like the early arcade games where like the left side of the screen cycles around to the right side. It's like at the top of S and simultaneously bottom of F. Like it's in the space between worlds, not quite dead, not quite alive.
I don't know.
It's only fitting.
Give it like
It's-
that.
Yeah.
Probably fair. I don't know.
Wow.
Wow,
We did it.
we did it. We ranked
I'm
every
exhausted.
single.
Remember when we were gonna do all of Deluxe?
Do you guys feel accomplished?
Yeah.
I was about to say,
Yes,
do we
I
feel
do.
better or worse about our lives
Dude,
now?
I feel pumped
Better,
and
much
ready to
better.
go for next time when we do Monkey Ball 2 and it will take 6 hours.
It will absolutely.
Yeah,
take
that's
6
gonna be a
hours.
great 6-hour
yeah,
call.
it's gonna
Ah,
be
fun.
interesting.
We just have to make sure literally nobody has to go anywhere at all.
Yeah. Switch
Yeah.
Inferno is a fucking S tier. You. Yeah,
There will be like some screaming match over like one of the dumb like unsuspecting levels in the game.
Yeah, it's
Like,
true.
what the
What
are you talking about?
All right, I'm getting ready to defend OO parts till the day I die.
I like that level. It's a fun level. I like that level.
I feel like 2 is gonna have more S tiers and more F
Long
tiers.
Taurus,
go.
more like
Oh
long
yeah.
turn.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
2 is very much like it's ambitious in a way that is both great and also like what the fuck.
Yeah, 1 is a lot more
Yeah.
consistent, I think.
Yeah.
But 2 has like higher highs and lower lows.
How do we even want to conclude this? Well, I
God
guess.
is dead and we've killed him.
I guess if we really analyze the tier list
that a while
here,
ago.
the ones that are like, the ones that are in S tier and higher or A tier are usually the ones that are like the more simplistic kind of levels.
Yeah,
My
I
brain
think
is fried at this point, but
if
you have a
we're
point.
summing it up, I think the best levels in Monkey Ball 1 are kind of the ones that really lean into that design ethos of, the mechanics of the game are it's the easy to pick up, difficult to master thing. It's the best stages in this game are simple but in sort of a deceptive way where it's like you can see what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, like
kind
stairs,
of.
right?
Yeah, like so I
Yeah,
mean,
they're the ones
like
that
the
are
Sega
simple but just
logo,
do their job
you can
really
see
well.
it. But no, it's usually it's either that there's one core idea or that it's sort of an obstacle course that tests a couple little things sequentially. And I mean, there's also the stuff where it's like the branching paths. It has the thing where like even a casual player could kind of understand the basics of how you're supposed to do it, but then like actually doing it is the challenge. No. It's a consistent design ethos. That's the best ones. The worst ones are just kind of they just put a shape on the screen and we're like, isn't this funny?
Yeah. I don't know.
I wonder what level you're talking about right now.
It's almost like we were just discussing one of those.
I guess we gotta wrap this up. So, thank you, Helix, for joining us. Your input
Thank
was
you
very
for having me. I
Yeah.
was considering asking if y'all wanted me on this podcast at some point, but I didn't want to overstep, so I'm really glad you asked me, because I will talk about this game forever, as you now know.
Yeah, I guess I'll say this now. This is an open invitation to like any speedrunner. You are all welcome.
Oh.
Except for
Hey, I can make them. I can let them know.
Also, an open invitation to Helix if you want to come back to continue our business
Yeah.
in SMB2.
Oh, I would love
would
if
love
you
to.
came back. Yeah.
Thank you. I would love to.
This was wonderful. Honestly, it was I missed a third of it, and I still had a great time.
It almost was you missed 2/3 of it if my power didn't go out.
yeah, I like how everybody kind of had their own perspective. It wasn't just like, man, you can, I don't know, you can do a skip on simple, great level, you know.
Yeah, no, it's
range of
very.
opinions.
I think having the sort of range of skill levels, which, again, if I'm being honest, I'm toward the bottom of the range. I'm much more casual, but then you have the speedrunner perspective. You have the sort of levels in between. It's sort of, you get the range of like, well, this level's kind of fun if you're playing it casually, but not as a speedrunner, or like this skip is cool, but when you're playing it regularly, it's hell.
Or if
And
you're
then
like
that-
me and you're like, oh, you can get all the bananas on this stage.
Yeah. And then it really exemplifies, like, because a lot of the best stages, they're fun on multiple of those levels. Like, they kind of, you go into the game initially and it entices you, but then it continues to be fun as you get better at it. And I think that's, at the end of the day, what else is Monkey Ball 1 about?
Yeah, it's about pain.
Monkeys,
It's an arcade game. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. It's about taking your quarters.
and a monkey target.
Yeah, it's
True,
about Monkey
true.
Target. When are we ranking the
Every
party
Monkey
games?
Target.
Every game. Oh, yeah.
They have to include.
Probably after you rank all the levels.
Yeah, but I mean, if we rank all the party games, you have to include all the banana boats ones. So.
Well, yeah, no, that's the thing
God.
is if we rank
That's
the
how
party
this becomes
games.
another 3-hour podcast.
Let's go.
If we rank the party games franchise wide, I can see it right now. Monkey Target 1 and 2 are S tier. A lot of other party games from the first two games are like A or B tier, and then every party game past that is an F. Well, no, there's a couple.
Yeah, pretty
there's a
much.
couple good ones in Adventure and Banana Mania. But
That's why I feel like we'd have to
digress.
go like one game at a time, just because of the immense quality difference after
Yeah.
2 to Banana Blitz. You
Yeah,
know?
there's a couple good ones in the
Ow.
later games, but it's a little rough.
It's like you go from like the lowest point being like Monkey Boat to the lowest point being like Jigsaw Puzzle. You know? It's like, oh great. It's like such a drop off in quality.
Oh my god,
Speaking
we'll
of,
have to do
Monkey
that
Ball
sometime.
being about pain.
What?
But yeah, like I said, thank you so much for having me. This was an absolute blast. I tried not to like go full speedrunner. Like I tried to make sure that other points were valid.
Oh, trust me, if you didn't, I would have just started talking about all the skips anyway, because I know what most of them are.
Speaking of
Yeah.
skips, hey Daro, to end this, how about you talk about your new ROM hack you're working on?
Oh,
That would be
okay.
cool.
Well, I mean, I don't know if it's out yet. I'm making a hack called Hide and Goal Seek, where I took all the 300 levels from Ultimate and Monkey Ball Deluxe into the ROM hack. Use that as a base, and I move. As one wise she says once said, we instead of taking the camera basically anywhere we want, I take the goal basically anywhere where I want. So, for example, on AV logo, I put the goal on the trademark.
I don't know.
That's-
It looked fun from what I've seen. But
It's
it is something.
look, it's either going to be the easiest thing on one level to the most psychotic thing on the next level. The main
I could
idea,
actually see myself.
the main idea is that if anyone who's listening, even in the call right now, wants to play it, you gotta stream it so that way you can go, what is wrong with you?
Yeah.
No, I could see myself having a lot of fun with that on stream, actually.
Yeah. Sounds insane.
Currently, I am at the ice levels in Deluxe, which means we're almost done.
Yay.
Yeah, that's pretty far.
But yeah. So I guess. But yeah, thank you everybody for being here. This was.
Thank you.
This is gonna take me so long to edit. But anyway,
Yeah, good luck.
Hey, my hack will be up by then.
this will be this is very fun. I'm glad we get to do this in the future, hopefully. But I guess see ya. I don't know how else to end this.